Um, I'm going to try to. Yeah, I really screwed. Oh wait. Uh, okay, I'm hoping that I listed your strains according to the. Logically, it would be the list that you posted. In other words, like whatever's number one should be my number one plant. That's what I'm going to. So I'm thinking that be the case that the one that's in flower right now would be the Resinato, or the 18 incher in flower would be Resinato, and I'm pretty sure I planted the CBDs the same day as the Resinato. It's approximately the same height, but showing no signs of flower yet. Should the canicle, yeah, I'm sorry, should the Resinato show signs of flower before the CBDs?
It can. So with most of them, you have a little bit of potential when I make these crosses I kind of aim for the medium. So I've got some that are smaller but grow super fast. The sour crinkle has phenotypes in it, kind of sends out in its genes every now and again this like super fast finisher. I made a cross with it with just strawberry nuggets, and I've had those finish in as early as like 56 days. So those ones were flowering before day 14. Like I want to say like day 12, I had pistils. Like, oh, all right.
Oh wow!
And I only got like 2 ounces per plant, but they were done at 56 days. I was happy. So anything with the sour crinkle, so your Cannon Co, your Resinato, they have the potential to finish super duper early.
Yeah.
They also have the Resinato has the potential to run late. As late as like 13-ish weeks is about as late as I've run her. And that one ends up huge. Like, because it takes a while for it to start flowering. Like everything else is like almost in bud set. And it's like, oh, hey, I'm going to throw pistils for you now. So you'll know when you're going to get the big one because it takes forever. It's like the last one to flower.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye and we'll keep you posted. I'm not going to send out any pics today. Prophet, there's a mouse loose in your living room. A rat.
That
Oh my God.
sour crinkle. You did send me some of those once upon a time, and I'm thinking as soon as I pop some, those are going to be in the first run, I think. See what was so special, the hypothetical gardener. I got to find out for myself.
The Seawant Berry D.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the potential to finish ridiculously fast, by the way. I crossed that one. That one is a cross with the Strawberry Nuggets cross from before. That was mentioned before. So that one's the one that has potential to finish in like 60 days or so. Not saying guaranteed. I always suggest 70, but it has potential. Just watch it.
Right.
Today is day 60 for the Canicos I have in my garden from you, and the hash and got. And one of the Canicos is, I say, just a couple days away. So I figure about 3-4 more days and it'll come down.
Okay.
I want to try to get some cold air in there, try to get those that fade in there a little bit more. But limited with what I got right now, so they're looking great, they're smelling great, and I'm excited, especially about that hash and got. Really excited to try that CBD ratio in there.
I'm excited for you to try it. It's nice. I bred those because I'm always mixing some CBD in with my flower anyway. All right, 99% of the time now because I'm running low on straight CBD. But I'm always mixing some kind of CBD in with my flower. So I went ahead and I bred those. And they do basically exactly what I wanted them to.
Yeah, man, that 1-to-1 is great daytime smoke. It's good for when you just get up, when you got to go to work, when you got shit to do. when you're just feeling a little rough, you know. So throw a little bit of that 1-to-1 in there, and you're good. You're ready to start your day, you know.
Exactly. Sorry, guys, I'd mute, but I can't. There we go.
Oh, I know the code now.
But here, come break in. It's not my money.
Secret code.
Trying to keep up with chat saying hello to everyone. It's like just as soon as I think I've got like said hello to everybody, you see like 2 or 3 more names pop up. It's like, fuck, I can't type this fast. You guys slow down.
I was going through the same fucking problem. And now here's another one. Pip Jam, welcome.
Oh man, I'm gonna try to
Right.
jump in there, but fuck.
I figured I was just gonna wait till about halfway through the show and then just say hi to everybody at one time.
Well, that's kind of
Bees.
he's all wait like. Go ahead, Rick.
Excuse me, Bees. You said good morning to Painted Lobster. I didn't know we had a Painted Lobster in the house, but I'll take your word for it.
Sam, you got to unmute yourself before you talk. Otherwise, we don't understand you.
Mute fail, nerd. Act like you've done.
So if you notice there, Rick, there's a thing that we use in the English language called a comma. It's punctuation.
Uh-huh.
It creates a pause between words. So there's hey, painted lobster,
Comma.
lobster.
These
But
are
then
two.
but then I
these are
didn't
two-
I didn't finish it with a proper punctuation ending, a period. But I figured people could do it on their own.
Fix
Hey,
your
why
grammar.
are you gonna punctuate if you're only gonna half-ass punctuate, man? Do it
That's
all or
fucking-
don't do it at all.
I only half-ass punctuate.
I'm with Fluff. Let them figure it out. You know, they're gonna misinterpret it anyway. So fuck punctuation.
Right on.
We
That's
just
right,
pulled a
that's right.
Bradulina on freaking Painted and Lobster, right?
Oh, that
Painted
could, yeah, it's a painted lobster. That's funny.
I don't know, man. Lobsters come in a lot of different colors.
Keep you with the fucking mute fail. Good job, nerd.
You see, Fluffy's got a bit of attitude going on this morning. This could be good.
Yeah, what do you
Yeah,
say?
they've been here. He's all riled up.
I'm gonna
What,
stop.
you got that fast?
Not Fluff. I think this is good. I keep going. Maybe we can. This is the only guy I've ever met that actually tried to pick a fight with Chuck Liddell. So to see Fluffy fucking lipping off everybody on the panel, this could get good. This could be a lot of fun.
You dropped us.
That's a thing. I had to do that to you the other day. You know, calling us old and shit. It's fucking rude. I know how Rick felt, you know. I mean, everybody always giving him shit for being a boomer, being old, not knowing how to do anything with fucking technology and stuff. I felt the same way when you said your mom and dad was fucking got you in the Motley Crue. Fucking it hurt me right in the soul, man. Right in the
Fluffy's
soul.
like, what are you talking about? I'm a year younger than you are, Prophet.
Only by
Might
age,
be.
not in the mind. Hey, you know,
It ain't about the year it was made, man. It's about the mileage. I got lots of mileage.
yeah, I got lots of mileage. You know, I had a thought the other day. So, you know, when the male
Holy
ejaculates,
shit, really?
I swear, yeah, and it took me 3 days to actually bring it all together for today. Okay, so freaking, you know how the male ejaculates, you know, a million sperm or whatever, and I had this crazy idea that out of all of that, when I was in that pile, I was the smartest one to make it to the fucking egg. Just imagine the other idiots behind me that didn't make it.
Just the luckiest.
Or the fastest, I don't know. But either way, I imagine if one of the other ones.
It's kind of like, you remember back in school, you always had those kids that could always do really well on a test. Reading comprehension was good, but the actual schoolwork they couldn't do for shit. That's kind of like you, Prophet. You just ran really well because your fucking sperm heard sirens in the background and fucking.
Either that, or I was running away from the source of the smell.
Yeah.
That's
Hey, Bees, how's that
between
sun
your
doing?
between your mom and your dad. I mean, which one was the source of the smell?
Don't know. I'll get back to you.
The one-time Prophet stumped, eh? Who is the smell? Your mom or your dad? Just fish everywhere. Fish everywhere.
It's hard too because he lives in a port city. Like he brings up.
It smells like low tide all the time, man.
Hey guys, I want to try and show something. I'll see if it'll work. But anyways, I want to. The old lady and I, our relationship decided to take it to the next level. We buy our papers by the box instead of by the pack, and we just finished our first box of papers and had to go and buy a brand new one. So, smoking the raw blacks. It's
When you said you took it to the next level, I figured maybe you finally gave her the sex.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope, not happening. No. It's funny because well, I love this woman for many, many reasons, because she's awesome. But the fact that she could just about keep up with me when it comes to dope smoking is pretty amazing. So like right away, when you're going through like a pack of papers a week or even faster than that, it's like, okay, buying a pack at a time, that's just not financially intelligent. Let's do a little bit of money saving. So you buy the whole box at a time for like $35 and end up paying like half the price.
Wait, you said 35. How many papers is that?
Let's see. So these are just the raws, 24 packs per box, 50 per pack. So somebody that can do math.
1,200 papers for how much? 36?
35-ish, I think it was around there.
I know Raw sells bulk packs.
The 300.
Like I buy the 300s and 500s because they're like $5 a pack.
Yeah.
But just looking into that money savings for you. See, I know that the blacks are what? Those are the king size, right?
To be honest, so here the raw papers are more of the girlfriend's thing. I used to smoke the 300 packs a couple of years ago, but I find raws run way worse than zigzags do. That's just my opinion. So I kind of went back to zigzags. Now, in the end of the day, it's paper going around a joint, so I really don't fucking care. It's not that big deal. I can go one way or the other, but she likes her blacks, raws. So, but they say they're 1.25 inches, and I thought those 300 packs of raws were also 1.25 inches. So to my visual eye, I can't tell the difference. Now, hopefully somebody in chat actually knows a little bit about this stuff and say, hey, you fucking idiot, this is the difference.
Those black packs are like ultra thin.
Are they?
Yeah, I think that's generally the black one is ultra thin, but it could be the king size. I know I've bought the only black raw pack I've ever bought was king size.
Because they're bigger than a zigzag, which is way better, man. Like especially for that morning joint getting going. Fuck yeah, Rick. I like that because let's face it, who smokes just one joint in the morning? A lot of the times I need 2 and probably 3 to get going. So you roll up a big fatty, that extra length that you get out of a raw is it's nice. It helps. And especially if you're smoking weed in the car on the way to work, because you got to make that drive last, right? Everybody's like, I don't do that. And I'm like, well, neither do I, but I fucking do at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We all need a little extra length, don't we?
Like I switched over to rice paper, and now I can't. Anytime I like smoke like a raw, like a hemp paper, it's got a fucking weird taste to me now.
Huh, that's interesting.
Now I'm like stuck. I can only smoke fucking elements. I feel like OCBs are all right too.
Elements are good. Yeah, I like these OCBs are pretty nice. But yeah, fucking OCBs and elements are kind of my fucking jam when I do roll one up.
Yeah, I like the Bob Marley.
Mornig Wake for that care package. You sent me like 50 different types of rolling papers. It was awesome. It was great.
Yeah, I agree.
We got to open it up at a campsite, so we had rolling papers for days.
Did he give you the roll of raw that you can make any length you want? That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was playing with that.
I didn't feed those in there. I completely forgot.
Yeah, I was playing with those, dude. Let's make one this long. Rip.
Am I the only one who would rather have a fatter paper than a longer paper? I'd rather that motherfucker be this big around than this fucking long.
Yeah.
I rolled a cigar the other day.
I'm with you on that one, Fluff. I think if you get much longer than say like one of these longer raw papers, you just end up sucking and sucking and sucking and sucking and sucking. Now maybe I finally get to feel like what my old lady feels like from time to time, but I'm gonna cave my head.
She ain't doing that much sucking.
I don't have the ability to suck
something real small too.
Right.
Head
rush.
Yeah. It would
Dude,
have
papers
to be
cost $7 a pack over here. So like, if I want them, I have to order them by bulk.
Dude, you should be ordering online.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's either that or I go the next state over where they're $1.99. But here in my state, they are fucking $7 a pack.
If Prophet didn't leave the gas station to go get blunt wraps at least 3 times a day, he'd never leave the fucking house.
Dude, Prophet,
That's not true.
You can buy blunt wraps online too, and they're like way cheaper. You can get a whole fucking box.
Here's the problem, guys. If I have it,
he's got to
I'm
leave
gonna
the house.
roll.
Have you seen that shit?
Otherwise, there's no reason. There's no reason to leave. I get it. You got to look
Guys,
for a reason.
I leave my house all the time.
Do I? Yeah, like
I left today. I already left today. Fuck you. I had to go get Tina food, and that was like a fucking 10-block walk. All right. And yes, I'll walk that far for Tina.
Well, yeah, because you love your marmot.
Yes, because I love my marmot.
You have a harness to take her with you?
No, that would be cool, but I could just throw her on my shoulder.
Get like a baby Bjorn type shit where she's like forward facing.
I don't know, man. There's been some gnarly big fucking hawk floating around. I don't want her to get scooped up off of me and shit, you know. Seriously, I saw a hawk yesterday flying around over the yard and shit. I was like, damn, I thought about putting Tina outside yesterday too. Before
That's a serious worry. I almost want to buy you a gerbil and a GoPro just so you can walk around and see if a fucking hawk will scoop something off your shoulder. Kidding?
Put the GoPro on the gerbil. That way you'll get view of it getting scooped up and taken and
that would be epic. That would be a pretty epic view.
You know what? That's actually funny. I just saw a YouTube video on that not too long ago where somebody's pet was literally fucking GoPro'd and a hawk came by and snatched that motherfucker out of the yard. It was like a little baby dog or something. And then you just see the dog fucking flying and then tumbling. But I think the dog survived, so that's cool.
I saw a video where the guy, he had a squirrel, you know, rescued from his yard and shit, right? And he's finally letting it go. And he's like, puts it on the tree and he's trying to convince it to go. And all of a sudden you see a fucking cat come out of left field, dude, and snatch the fucking thing up and go. It was just like, that poor bastard, because he was already heartbroken trying to let the thing go and whatnot because he got attached to it. And then boom, like that, cat just comes out of, snatches his fucking squirrel up, dude.
I saw that video. I laughed so fucking hard.
I laughed and felt bad at the same time. I would have been like, I would have shot that fucking cat.
That's just one of those things where you look at it and you go, well, that was already written out.
Dude, it's like
just let it ride.
It's awesome.
It was probably his cat
like
too. That's the irony.
Nature in action.
His cat was like, just gotta let go of that fucking thing for 1 second.
Well, that's like that movie. What was that movie where they all like avoided death? That was kind of like the real life version of
Final Destination.
Yeah, it was like a real life version of Final Destination. The squirrel was probably going to die. That dude saved it, so he avoided death. Well, when it came back time, he had to go.
There was no avoiding death.
Exactly. It was still his time.
Right? It's always going to win. You know what? That's bullshit. I think that was the best thing I ever heard was the Grim Reaper's not a fucking sore loser. It doesn't matter if you beat the Grim Reaper because he always wins.
Always wins. Yeah.
Forward ball. Hey, so like chat, right? Let's do the top chat live chat thing. You know, if you want your best chatting experience, get yourself into live chat, right, folks? Maybe do the pop out chat, do the thing, right? We want you all to have the best chatting experience in the best morning possible.
Okay, so who on the panel right now is in the wrong chat because somebody's always in the wrong chat?
I'm in the right chat now.
I figured.
I've been having the worst chat experience up until this point.
Yeah, I was actually enjoying my worst half-assed chat experience up until now.
That experience.
Oh wait, what?
Because I went to and I hit live chat and now.
Oh, my phone's on the fritz, huh?
I was happy to say
that. A DP hit me with a wrench.
See, live chat. Oh, is he doing a full?
Yeah. So Osako is there, DP. You got to unmute yourself so we can hear what you're saying, though.
Oh, I didn't know this was going to turn into this. Okay, here we go now.
Turn your phone.
What we got to do, we got to go up here, over here to these buttons. If you got an iPhone, if you got an Android, I don't know. But we're going to click on that button right there, right? And then we're going to go to the good chatting experience because top chat no good. So we go over here to live chat. Bada bing, bada boom. Now we in there like gumware.
Hey, Vinny, did you get all that?
Yes.
I'm stuck.
Very
He's
nice.
stuck.
Did
I'm
everybody get
stupid.
it? Everybody get it?
I got it.
Oh,
Except for
great.
I use an Android. Now I don't know how to do it with an Android
that
because
one.
I don't have
You might
faders on
have
my
to
phone.
Google that one. I'm gonna go finish my
Google
Watch
that
a
one.
YouTube video on that shit. How do I get to live chat on an Android? You got to go to a YouTube video to actually do it.
It's actually kind of funny. Good job, Prophet. You were funny for once. Oh,
Wow, I don't even know what I said.
It's really
Yeah,
turning
when?
out to be your day, buddy.
When was that? I missed.
Yeah.
Hey, he amused me, man. That's all that matters in my head.
Okay, that's cool. Because we all missed it. I don't know what the fuck I did.
You muted me. I don't know.
Ah, well, that's always funny when that happens. We see your
Yeah.
mouth just
Other
flapping
than
away,
that,
and
I
then
don't know.
bam.
I call it my power bomb button.
Yeah, well, we all laugh because when it happens, right? All of a sudden, she shoots a look over you, and you just like this. You like get the fuck out of the way, like the right hook's coming.
Well, I mean, I haven't kept this face this long without protecting it, you know?
Good morning, 311 in chat. He's asking, anybody recommend the best rosin press? Who's got a favorite there?
I can recommend not the Nug Smasher OG. It does work. You'll get your dabs out of it, but you need something a little bit bigger, in my opinion. When you see videos and other people talking about the kind of returns that they're getting on their press, I feel like the Nug Smasher OG is a little bit lacking. But if you just want a few dabs, it's okay. Yeah, my opinions on it. It's it could be a lot better, but for me, being that I'm a broke ass at the best of times, I researched and like stuff like the lifetime warranty that comes with the Nug Smasher OG was the difference maker, because there's a couple models that were a few $100 cheaper, but it was like no warranty or anything like that to speak of. So it's like, well, if it just ups and calves it on me, I'm fucked and I'm out that fucking $1,000 or whatever I spent on it. So that was my reasoning for selecting that model. I've heard a lot of good stuff about like the rosin bombs and stuff like that. That could be worth checking out. I think at the end of the day, though, it depends on like what are you planning on doing with it? Like, are you planning on squishing like ounces at a time or just a few nugs here and there? Because your bigger heat plates is going to make that difference.
And I suppose the pressure as well.
It can, but the bigger it is, it'll have a stronger pump or jack or whatever it is. Like for my rosin press that I have, the Nug Smasher, all it is a bottle jack like you would use for changing the tire on a truck or something like that. Smush in between these heat plates. Other ones got like an electric or pneumatics, whatever the system is. But yeah, the bigger it is, the harder it will squish for you.
I mean, go ahead, bud.
Oh, no, I was just going to say my buddy has one of those dually techs, and they work pretty well. It works really well, actually. Yeah, I don't know what size you're going for and stuff, but they do have like fully automated ones, I heard. Or if you want that kind of convenience, you can go that way. Or you can go down to the old crank, and then they have ones where you can screw. People use fucking hair straighteners. You know, there's a lot of different ways you can go, but the dually tech, it looks like it's built really well. We haven't had any problems with it yet. I heard the rosin bomb. I don't know if that's the smaller one. Not from Dually Tech, but from somebody else I heard. Yeah, I heard they're pretty good as well. So, yep.
I think when it comes down to it, I mean, you know, when someone's talking about if you got the funds for it, I think pretty much every rosin press company makes a good one. You just got to buy the expensive one they have. You got to buy the big one with the big pump, with the big fucking smash. Right. And you just got to spend the money on it. But if you're trying to get something big and nasty for cheap, I would go to like Harbor Freight, get one of those big fucking press setups, and then buy yourself a set of 4x, like low temp plates or something. Then you're only buying the plates, but you know, the pump and everything from Harbor Freight's actually quite cheap, you know. So in the long run, you can get a 4x8 press that you'll hand press for, you know, maybe like $500 instead of like $3,000.
Yeah, it gets back into kind of like hydroponic nutrients and whatnot, right? As soon as you market it for cannabis, the fucking price of it goes through the roof. A little bit of elbow grease and ingenuity can save you a lot of money. Because I was looking into doing a similar thing what you were talking about there, Fluff, just trying to build my own. And then at the end of the day, I was like, I'll fuck it up. I'll end up trying to squish it. Something won't be sitting just right, and I fucking break the plates off because they're not just quite square when they meet. Or that's how my life works. Shit gets destroyed when I'm around, so try to avoid it.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Yeah, I talking with Spartan on Friday night, and I was looking into the for making RSO, the turbo, the extract source turbo, and I knew that at the time that it only holds 4 ounces at a time, and I didn't realize if that was going to be an issue or not. But and the process takes about 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours. But Spartan was saying that, and after that, you've got about enough in there for a one day supply. So I have decided to go with a bigger one. It's a lot more. Well, it's more expensive, but dollar for results, it really is quite efficient. You can put like 4 ounces in the turbo, and you can put a gallon into the Ito one. So, and that one only takes 3 hours for some reason to process.
Yeah, I heard it's a great investment for something like that. It's just you're really, especially the amount of stuff you're putting in there. You don't want to have to be sitting there and working all day. You know what I mean? And that's what you're gonna have to do with a smaller machine, and to get the amount of RSO you're gonna need. You know, so yeah.
What do you mean? I feel like if you're caregiving, or if you're trying, or if you're if you take RSO yourself in any kind of thing, then it's probably better off getting the big one, because for sure it's going to be worth the money, because it takes a long time to make it in that little crucible. So
yeah.
But if you were just doing daily dose, I mean, you're great. You know, the source is a great one for your daily dose. So.
Good. That is how you give a dog antibiotics. He's a dude. Peanut butter.
Good
it's like, do we want to do it the efficient way or the messy way? Like the messy way, duh.
That's how I give my. That's how I feed my mice just before the fucking snap comes down and cracks their neck.
Peanut butter.
Damn, Rich, you're gangster.
Before you feed them to your goldfish,
That's pretty gangster.
Size of those things now, huh? Yeah. That Labrador in a fish tank.
That's apparently how we give Roxy meds, is how Rick tortures his mice.
Cool.
Right before the thing comes down, snaps their neck.
It's not torture. He's giving them their last meal.
I mean, if they don't die right away, it's
little
torture.
fucker shouldn't have been in his house anyway without being invited.
The torture would be licking the peanut butter off of Rick's body. That would be the
dude, that almost came out my nose. Well, and I'm just thinking, you're an impatient coffee drinker when you can't wait for the coffee pot to actually get done before you pull your cup of coffee too.
And you just about spit it all over the place.
So it's piping hot, and that would have felt great.
Hey, Bees, all the plants behind you, did you actually do those?
No. They were all here when I got here.
Wow, that's nice.
I don't know, dude. If you were here and you inspected closer, you might say otherwise.
You need to do some work. You need to do some work to those.
Well, yeah, kind of. I have my friend and his mom. They're all mom's plants, and I was like, hey, I could put up some lights. I can help you take care of your plants. What do you say? We can make them nice and bushy. And she's like, really? You can? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Let's get into it. She's like, all right, let's.
Are you going to do it or what?
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
I don't see any fucking lights hanging yet. If you already had this conversation, get them fucking lights up.
Don't worry about it.
First thing about lights is we don't talk about lights.
Caribou, Are we on a road trip?
No, I'm sitting in my car so I can get high. I can't smoke much.
Yeah.
And didn't you know it's that time of Sunday for him to hit the car? The what?
It's rare that he even started off in the house on a Sunday. I was like, whoa, is it Sunday?
Well, because
I'm not gonna
slept
lie.
in
It totally
until
took me by surprise today that it was Sunday and we had a show until 15 minutes before. I was like, oh shit, maybe I should. That's okay.
Well, I actually slept in today and woke up like maybe 45 minutes before the show started. It was just kind of like, oh, fuck. I had to get my ass in gear, so I haven't even smoked anything since I've been up. So, but
did you wake up because I was texting you? Because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm texting him before it's time to wake up.
No, I had no idea that you were texting me until I was already up. So that was pretty sweet because I was hoping like, fuck, that you were sleeping with your phone next to you. Ping, 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 ping last night.
Oh, it was. My wife's like, my wife rolls over and is like, fucking take care of that, would you?
Well, the best part is I was going to even shoot you a message after all of those saying, I bet you're happy it's not DP texting you right now. But yeah, no, man, I was just, so we'll let people know what's happening there. Basically, my girlfriend was looking at a seed catalog, looking for hot peppers and a bunch of other stuff. And she came across Carolina Reapers and Ghost Peppers, and I want to fuck with some of those. So I was just asking Fluff, which one, because I know he does peppers, which one should I do? And he says, go for the Reapers. So we're going to give them a shot. But then also I got that new tent set up. It's 36 by 20 by 5 feet tall. And I just had to show Fluff some pictures of that. I actually got shit growing in there. And Sam, that's the best thing I've heard all day, buddy. Thank you very much for that.
So I was just looking and I just found a joint on my floor. Like, good morning, America here. Because
holy shit, that's where
is that the one I'm missing?
Have a glass tip on it. It's got to be Profits.
Is that the one I'm missing?
Maybe here is the shortest because I found it.
Is there a tip on it?
No.
Then it ain't mine.
I have no idea when I lost this. It's not stale, so it wasn't that long ago.
Well, you know what that means, Prophet. There's hope.
There.
That's right. There is hope. See how long it's been?
Yeah, by the time I get mine, it's going to be like fossilized.
Oh, that sounds so amazingly gross. 311 in chat said he's trimming up some of the space toast that Hurton did. He said it smells like rotten meat and Fruit Loops.
Nice.
That's awesome and gross at the same time.
That is not a morning smell that I would want right now, I gotta say.
Oh, I think I would, especially with the Fruit Loops. I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Breakfast.
I found out that I have family members that cannot be in the room with me while I'm trimming. The smell is too strong for them.
Nice.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bad smell either.
Yeah, that's what we think. And then somebody from the outside comes in and they're just like, bam. And you're like, what are you talking about? I can't even smell anything.
Yeah, but those people from the outside don't know what they're talking about. They're all fucking wrong. So
yeah.
I remember like the very first like real time that I really got some super terpy shit when I went to do it, where I was like, yeah, this is hard. Like I had to take breaks because the terps were so fucking bad. So I mean, I've been there, you know.
We went out to eat sometime during last harvest. We'd gotten rid of the kids, so we were able to do some day trimming. So we were, and then we went out to eat like as a break, and we didn't really notice like how much the smell was around us until we were sitting in the restaurant, and I moved my hands from below the table to above the table, and I went, oh fuck. I don't know how I'm going to eat with my hands below the table because the whole restaurant blew up.
Yeah, I don't know how many times like I've had like some emergency thing to do while I've been in the middle of trimming. So, you know, I leave the house and the first thing you have to do is just brush yourself off because you got shit all over, you know. And then you leave and you're like, well, hopefully I don't smell too bad because, you know, you're never going to smell it. But then you just look around and everybody's just fucking sniffing and looking, and you're just like, yeah, they're all laying right on you. And you're just like, ah, shit. Yeah, I know. I can only imagine how bad I smell like at that time.
Yeah.
Dude, I realized it when I was in mid trimming and I needed more gloves. All right, ran out of gloves in the middle of it. So I go to fucking Family Dollar and like everybody in the line in front of me is turning around looking at me. So I turn around and there's nobody there. So I'm like, all right, what the fuck's going on here, right? And it doesn't dawn on me until I hit the register. And when I walked up and put my shit down, the chick behind the register backed up, was like, oh, that's fucking you? You smell so good. And I was like, oh, that's why the line was looking at me. Oh.
And then they all know why you wanted gloves.
Yeah. She was like, can you sell me anything? I'm like, it's still wet. Can't you smell it?
So I got my Q Extreme sitting right beside me in the car. This is my new thing I like to do, is have the vaporizer in the vehicle.
Does it have a cigarette attachment?
It just makes your morning taste so much better.
You should buckle that in the passenger seat, dude, just to be safe.
Well, yeah, safety first for it. It can't have it getting broken in a car crash. The airbag might destroy it or something like that. Okay, that'd be horrible. But yeah, so it's funny. Because I got away from using the vaporizer for a good couple months. It sat there and didn't get used. And then I was talking to this young guy that I work with. He's into bongs and stuff like that, and like wants to try a bunch of new devices, but has never had the chance. Right? We're a small town. We don't have fancy shit in this area. And so I was like, dude, I got the Q Extreme. I'll bring that to work next time around, and we'll have a go with that. So I've been playing with that, and it's great. And now it lives in the car because I got to drive road trips to get to work. Right? I would never actually smoke in the car while I'm driving because that is bad. But
yes, it is bad. Definitely bad. I'm sure
it's a good decoration while driving.
It's
Bro,
like
that is gangster as fuck. You literally do you have a converter in there, or do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, check this out. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's plugged in right in the back there.
He's like, fuck yeah, check this shit out.
Okay.
So fucking gangster as fuck. We all used to laugh back in the day about just being able to fucking do something like that. Fuck Eric who's making this shit a reality. He's like, nah, bro, I got it.
I've only ever bought like one High Times issue ever, and it was like, I remember the fucking center story or cover story was like Tommy Chong starting an electric hot rod company. So he'd like rebuild classic cars. So he like built this fucking like 56 Chevy, and it had a vaporizer coming out of the dashboard, like no radio or anything, just a fucking hose coming out of the dashboard. And then the bed was just nothing but batteries, like car batteries. I mean, this was before. I mean, this is fucking. It was just. Did you
like, say only one High Times magazine you ever bought?
I've only. Yeah, dude. I grew up in Utah. Are you kidding? Where the fuck am I supposed to get High Times?
I took all my dad's.
I'm not gonna have it sent to my house.
You got that one like gas station like on the border of town that you could have gone to. You had to be like, yo, let me get the.
Yeah, I know, but it's almost like you have like neighborhood lookouts that are there. They're like, hey, I'm gonna tell your mom that you're over at this one because we know.
That's how that shit was down in Georgia too, man.
We know why you're going to the Sitco. Okay, there's only
put that High Times back and get yourself a porno like a decent fucking human being.
That's exactly what it was like. They're like, don't you want to look at some nudie girls? I was like, hell no, where's that weed magazine at?
I want a tattoo magazine with weed magazines. So yeah, I want to look at girls, but only if they're covered in ink.
Tattooed female and weed magazine all rolled in one. I don't need any other magazines.
Well, that's kind of like the awesome part, right? Is all the fucking weed models are all usually like tattooed fucking, they're exactly what you want, they're fucking tattoo centerfolds usually.
They had a 420 issue of Inked, the Inked magazine that I had gotten, and it was pretty cool because I got it when I was locked up, and it's funny, so every time you get shook down, they find it. They're like, do we take this? They're showing it to all the, the other officers and stuff. Is he allowed to have this? I don't even know what to do at this point. How did it get in here? Like, what's, so that was always amusing watching that, but it made it through a few shakedowns before they took it.
It made it through 2 shakedowns. You didn't make
it's like 2 a.m. I'm in the bathroom. I'm like, oh yeah.
Is that your inspiration before you would send dick pics to people?
There you go.
Yeah.
The reason they found it on the second shakedown is because obviously his boofing muscle was getting loose by that time, and they shook him really good.
Can't hide it anymore.
Good hide it. My ass is all malleable, Morty.
Well, hey,
I need
maybe
to shove
you
these
could,
seeds up your ass.
maybe you could talk to Crazy Pop Mom about Kegels or something. Like I feel like that's a thing.
Hey, I got
you,
She
man.
can help you
For
out
a
with.
man, it's called a meagle.
Amigo. That sounds like a Pokemon.
That
They're just
sounds like
very
a Pokemon.
intensive training.
Migo.
Wait, isn't that the guy from Lord of the Rings? That fucking Gollum guy?
Smeagol.
Meagle. Probably looks like what a meagle does.
Oh man, see, it all comes full circle too, because he would be boofing his precious.
Oh,
see, it
Oh,
all
the precious is the ring. I get it now.
Yeah.
Oh, now
I
it is.
get it now.
Wow.
You know what
Holy
they
shit.
Welcome to the story,
42.
man.
The golden ring, huh?
Yep.
We just it's almost like the meaning of life, man. It's all right
now,
there.
If we disappear, we know what happens. We get Epstein. It's because we uncovered the truth.
Sorry.
Cheers, Thunder Dan.
Bro, so how's everybody's? Whoa, Rick, get it.
Okay, so I was listening to Dude Gross show the other day, and they were talking about Illinois, and that they're generally speaking, Illinois, no. More specifically, they said that they're opening up smoking lounges in Illinois.
Our people are deleting
Awesome.
everything.
It's called the mute button. Use it.
No, don't do that.
Anyway,
I did hear about that, Rick. That they're converting old smoking lounges, like existing smoking lounges that have the ventilation systems already set up and stuff like that. They've been talking about that for a couple of years, so if they're implementing that would be awesome, because on-site consumption is not something that is available in damn near any of these states that have.
Well, I'm really hoping we go the route of New York. If it's from my understanding in New York, if you can smoke a cigarette, you can smoke a joint. So I'm really hoping we go the route of New York, to where, if you can smoke a cigarette there, you can smoke your cannabis there. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure in Canada there's nowhere you
Does
can
that include
smoke
the car?
indoors. Huh?
In New York, does that include you can smoke in your car because you can smoke your cigarette?
So you should.
Yeah, I mean, you can't operate. And I think, I'm sure, they're going to do the whole, they try to treat it kind of like alcohol, you know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed to be, blatant about this shit, but it's just a big gray area. So really, it's how is that officer feeling that day is what it comes down to.
I think that officer feels like it's hemp.
I think it should come down to what's hands-free. If you're driving around with a bong, maybe you need a ticket. But hey, if you have a joint in your mouth, because then you can have both hands on the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you need to have something there, because then you're stuck rolling a joint, and you don't want to do that while you drive.
That's what I love about the safety.
Drive with your knees. No, you got to go with your knees.
Yep.
So anyway, these lounges
makes a lot of sense, though. Joints are the safest way to smoke your weed. That makes sense.
So these lounges, they will be charging an admission of $4.20. I don't know where they came up with that number, but they will be selling CBD products, but it's not legal for them to sell THC products. You can smoke your THC in the lounge and purchase CBD from them, but you can't buy any.
So you can bring your own.
You can. There you go. You bring your own, but it's like going into a bar and they don't sell alcohol.
BYOB.
Yeah, but if I could go to a bar and bring my own, are you kidding?
Well, we had a strip club that was like that. You had to bring your own. The crazy part is you brought
your own boobies.
Stripper? You brought your own stripper?
What?
You said it was at a strip club?
Yeah, just strip club over here. Yes. The strip club, you brought your own liquor, and then you had to pay them to bring you back your fucking liquor. Okay.
We had this ghetto ass place just like that, man.
Because they didn't have a liquor license.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to hit the mute button. Somebody's got some background noise going on, so whoever it is, hit your mute button, please. Thank you.
It sounded like Doe slapping the table.
There's a distinctive sound of masturbation that is dough being slapped on a table.
Over here. Over here.
Hey, where your hands? Where your hands? Hand check.
And nobody raised their hand.
The panel cannot be trusted.
No, that is funny though. We actually had the same thing. Yeah, you'd roll your cooler in and roll it right behind the guy in the bar, and the guy you tell him what cooler to get the beer out of, and then you had to give money to get your own damn beer back. It was ridiculous.
Yep. Then you got to tip the waitress for dropping it off to you. So like that, you brought cheap beer because you ended up paying top dollar just to get a can of beer.
Good to go.
Yeah, I used to love the ghetto strip clubs like that. It was funny, dude. And I mean, that was.
So I've spoken with other people about this concept of a smoking lounge, and and obviously no alcohol. But I'm thinking, why would I go? And then the thing that is in my mind as well is cops. I hate fucking cops and entrapment, and they would love to, park outside that lounge and it just, hassle people and all that crap. But this the guy that's opening this lounge, he's opening night, he's gonna have entertainment and jugglers and shit like that, and then he's going to have gonna work on some live music and maybe a comedy night, that kind of thing. And I suppose I could see, like, if I'm just going there to get high and then leave, like what was that all about? I could have stayed home and done that. But if there's something to draw me to that venue and to know that you're not going to be with people that are drinking and being entertained in some fashion, I can see it working. Now, one of the big challenges I can see for the guy, if he's only charging $4.20 for entry, and he's not selling any alcohol or pot, how's he going to make any money?
Well, he's still selling CBD. And in addition, I would assume that it would turn into a venue, kind of like over here where I'm at, we have a lot of like live music in the bars. So I'm sure it would turn into a little bit of something like that as well. But moreover, I think that it would be more of a social aspect. We're a lot more social than most average drinkers, let's be honest. I have never actually gone to a bar with the intention of, I want to go to a bar, get drunk, meet people. But never one time. Because I don't like being around drunk people. And when I do drink, I get quiet and I get chill and I just don't want to move. So I've always been one of those, I can drink a whole bottle at the house for $20, or I can go get 2 drinks at a bar and then have to worry about getting pulled over and all that other BS. Or I can just drink a bottle at home. On the flip side, though, I have always taken a bag of weed with me everywhere I went because I might meet somebody new who might happen to smoke. And I'd go, hey, cool, let's roll one. I've got a new friend. I would totally go to a cannabis club just for the sake of like, hey, guys, look what I grew.
Well, how you make money on something like that is simple. You open up some kind of cafe and shit, because stores like these
that's what I was thinking. It's going to be like a coffee shop.
You open up some pool tables and shit like that with a buck around or whatever it is. It's like me and a buddy from this area have been talking about this for over a year, setting something like this up, and they're not all over the place, these things, but you go down on the coast and you see them fairly frequent. It's a hangout. That's what it is. You can charge your cover fee on that so that it's not a public place, because you're not allowed to smoke in a public place, right? Then it's private property, right? It's the loophole game that you get into, right?
That's what I was just going to say. Don't you just give yourself a membership fee? You call it a club and you give yourself a small membership fee. As long as you have the members, you have enough to keep the doors open, then anything else you offer just helps you out to keep the fucking doors open and make it better. So...
Yeah. Now the problem where the buddies that I have in this area that I've talked to about, like I've said a million times on the show, we live in a small area. So it would be kind of, you would like, if you're paying bills, like if you're renting a place out specifically to do that, and you don't already have like some sort of cafeteria system and say pool tables and all this shit, so you could actually start making money, you would lose in this area. You wouldn't be able to keep it open for long enough. But I think that would definitely be the right idea to go. And then you just have it sort of like a local pub type atmosphere where there's no alcohol. It's just, instead of going down to the local pub for a beer with your buddies, you go down and smoke a couple of joints, maybe shoot some pool, eat some good food, kind of. That's how I would envision something like that going on.
If they put us a fountain
bar
machine
with cannabis,
Gab bar.
with Diet Mountain
And you
Dew, I would never leave.
And you definitely sell some CBD there too, because in a public place, there's going to be people just trying to keep up with people who don't smoke like them. They're going to get too high, and then they're going to be like, oh, well, how can I be not this high? Let me level out a little bit. Let me hit that CBD one time. Let me buy a pre-roll.
Dude, give me a coffee shop bookstore that I can get high in, and I probably wouldn't leave.
That's what I'm saying. That's all you need. Yeah.
Well, I really, I don't know why it just went over my head. But I can see if you are offering some form of entertainment, absolutely. I think it's a fantastic idea. And, well, I don't want to change the topic until I'm quite done with this one, but it's like, unfortunately, what they do is this is
oh shit, guys, the hands
alcohol.
are out.
This is alcohol, and this is cannabis. And the eyes of the law or society put both cannabis and alcohol in the same thing, and we're treated the same way. And
we're not. Sorry, cannabis is way more heavily regulated than alcohol ever has been up here in Canada.
A good point. Absolutely. And but if you are caught driving and you have cannabis in your system, you're considered impaired. That's the word they use, impaired. And as far as they're concerned, it's the same as far as the level of impairment, where I'd look at if I'm driving while I'm high, allegedly, usually I'm driving way too slow, and because I'm a little freaked out, and and causing lineups in drive-through restaurants so I can keep my mouth full. So it's a completely different high. We all know that, and I just wish that one day society will accept that as well.
Well, here's the problem, Rick, is because I'm with you on that one. Like when I'm driving, I'm the idiot that looks down and realizes they're doing 30 or 40 under the speed limit. All right, so I better speed it up. But the problem is like the amount of cannabis that you and I consume we're not beginners, right? It takes a lot more than say 20-year-old Johnny gets his license, driving down the street, lights up a joint and is all fucked up. And because his body's not used to it, there's no tolerance or whatever per se, right? It affects everybody a little bit differently. So just because you and we might be able to drive down the street perfectly fine and it's all good. A lot of the population still can't. They're fucking way out of sorts. The reaction time's slower, this and that. And it's kind of like, well, I hate to make the comparison, but drinking and driving, man. I know some people have been drinking and driving their whole lives kind of thing and will continue to do so indefinitely. And they'll probably never get caught, which is good or bad, depending on how you look at it. I'm not going to get into that. But there's still people that are driving under the influence of cannabis, getting into accidents or whatever. And so that ruins it for awesome people like you and myself that, we're awesome. Let's face it.
I think I agree with most of that. There's not a whole lot of actual cannabis accidents. A lot of the data coming out about these cannabis-related accidents are, I smoked at my house yesterday, and I got into an accident today, or somebody hit me today, and now, it's a cannabis-related incident because I got high yesterday and I have weed in my system. Yeah, this is the data coming out of Colorado and California.
We don't have any of that here.
They test.
Everybody knows that's how that's going to happen. They're going to try to test for anything. Yeah, they're going to try to fucking find the worst way to make it look bad. That's just what they're going to do.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And the other side is everyone I know can't drive high will not hit my joint before I leave. Before you peel out of work, you got to smoke a little bit before you go. That way I don't have to drive and smoke because prohibition state. So smoke a little bit before I leave and I'll pass it
to the other one that's here, and nah, they're good. They don't want to drive while they're high. They don't feel comfortable driving while high. They aren't there yet in their smoking adventures. Great. I respect the shit out of it. I don't push it. I don't peer pressure. Come on, be cool. Nah, like, you know yourself. If you can't drive while high, you don't. But the difference is that more people are likely to go, I'm too high for that. I ain't doing it. Then I'm too drunk for that. I'm not doing it. And I think that's where the difference is.
This is okay. So this, I've never considered this until you just started talking about this, but you think about that. With alcohol, you lose all your inhibitions. I'm fucking He-Man. I can walk through walls, all that shit, yada yada. Fuck off, you know. Whereas a lot of times with like weed, you think about like anxiety. Not everybody gets it, but some people do, where you just get a little bit more self-conscious and a little bit more, oh fuck, I better kind of focus type shit. Whereas, you know, once you're fucked up, just everything's a good idea, right? When you're drinking. So I've man, like, well, you think about like, is like, how many times, well, maybe not necessarily people watching, but like, say if you're a fighter or whatever like that, and you're drunk and you go to pick a fighter, oh, I kicked that guy's ass. All of a sudden you get laid out, or you watch that happen to a guy kind of thing, right? Because all of a sudden alcohol fucking gives you wings, sort of like Red Bull does in a way. But fucking, yeah, hype, you just gave me a total fucking brainwave there. Thank you.
Well, hey, you know, it's just like, I've never looked at it. I always go, hey, I am either too high for this shit, or I look at somebody when I'm fucking can't even speak English properly anymore and say, oh, I'm not that drunk, I'm fine. Bullshit. Yeah. But when I'm fucking fucked up, when I am so fucked up that I can't even speak English, I think I'm fine. And trust me, I know this. I've said this. And when I get too high, I know for a fact, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm fucking ripped.
Yeah,
I can't
you know, when you're good and high, trying to convince me to do something is really hard too. Like especially something physical. Like, fuck that.
No, for me, alcohol is the go button. Yeah, I got this. I can do it. No matter how drunk you are, and you probably shouldn't. I got this. I can do it. I got this. Whereas I find when I smoke, I'm finding every excuse in the world to not get up from where I'm smoking. Like, do I really got to get up and go to get food? I mean, I've got something over here next to the bed, right?
I know.
Say no.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. That's why I wear a diaper. But crazy thought, Mom. You were gonna.
He's like Larry King.
Contribute to this conversation.
Yeah, sorry for butting in. I was just going to say the studies that they do in Canada are saying there is no weed-related accidents. They can't bust us. They can't, like, we're not getting in trouble because, like you say, we're just used to it. We've all been smoking for fucking, minimum 10 years kind of thing. Usually we feel comfortable. We're driving like we would any other time. Probably because we've always been high since the time we got up. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not being able to pin that on that. Like, it's still all about alcohol. The reasons for the accidents are the alcohol.
And it doesn't have the accumulative effect like alcohol does, right? The more you drink it throughout the day, we know where that goes. You turn into a sloppy mess, passing out or whatever. You smoke weed, and there is a ceiling, and sometimes there isn't, depending on what and how much you're smoking, kind of thing. But usually, you just you do kind of plateau at some point in time, and then that's it until you burn out, have a nap, or whatever, right?
Well, exactly. We're more likely to go and take a nap than we are to go take a car ride or fly a plane. Like, seriously. So yeah, we're pretty secluded when it comes to I'm too high, I'm just gonna do my own thing, instead of I'm too high, let's go get into some shit.
I'm too high. I can't fire up my chainsaw for another couple minutes, guys. Give me 2 minutes before I do another dab.
Yeah,
right.
I'm thinking that what really gives our culture a bad name is the people that are involved in accidents and they have both alcohol and cannabis in their system. Because they're the ones that, and if the statisticians take that into consideration when they're looking at the number of car accidents caused through cannabis, that's not a that should be a separate category. Alcohol, one.
I think it probably is because, like I say, we do not have weed-related accidents yet. How long has it been legal? A long time. So when those sorry, this word's not going to come out of my mouth. Statistics, blah, blah, blah. They're not there because it's, like they've now taken all the things and like checked it out. And now it's like, wow, okay, good. We have some proof that, we're not flying off the handle just because we're allowed to smoke freely, which is what they thought, bongs in the whole, parks and walking down the street with our fucking big ass bongs. Remember the fucking shows that they'd put it on the radio and, oh my God. And then you go, I got to see what the fuck they're talking about. And you'd go to the YouTube or whatever. And it's just like, are you kidding me right now? What the hell? People do not smoke 25 bongs in a goddamn park. We're going to break our bongs, assholes. We're at home with our bongs on our little tables. Like, no, we are not.
You weren't in Michigan at the rafting trip.
I must say, I've been at a few spots where there's been some really nice bongs going around outdoors.
I live near a bunch of creeks that run at 50 degrees, right?
Well, yeah,
some nice water up in there.
We really like our glass, so we don't run around the streets with it. It's just stupid.
That's one way, or it could be like the
I don't know. I know
like
people
marijuana
that
cigarettes make you awake.
Dude, I know people that have like different bongs and shit and like smoking pieces that are in little cases in their trunks. Like they're ready to go anywhere, anytime.
Oh well, yeah. But
with like with a piece, you know what I'm saying? I ain't talking a little piece. I'm like they're opening a suitcase and it's just like, dude, what the fuck?
We carved out. We had exactly that. What you just said. We found this. We were like at a fucking garage sale and found this little, like, it was like a little kid's briefcase, or not even briefcase, like a suitcase from like the 70s. You know what I mean? But it was perfect. And we found it at a garage sale. And we're like, this is gonna be perfect for the bong. And we fucking bought it just for that purpose. Carved out foam, so it was like it fit in perfect. But then guess what? You get pulled over. And they're like, oh, why do you have this adorable little blue suitcase in the backseat of your car?
That's when you tell them.
And it pops open all beautiful.
None of your fucking business.
And it's like Pulp Fiction, where they fucking open the box and it's all. Yeah, well.
I wonder if a violin case would work.
Yeah, for sure.
I like what Chad was saying. They were talking about the accidents and stuff. So there's weed accidents. There's cannabis accidents. Yeah, you accidentally ate all the ice cream. You accidentally fell asleep. Like, yeah, all kinds of fucking accidents.
Right. The accident I want to cause is fucking go and get on Grand Theft Auto and fucking crash my car that way.
I accidentally spent all day playing video games. I accidentally lost my fucking joint.
That was truly by accident.
I'll tell you, when you first start smoking and driving again, that's rough. But public transit, when you first start smoking again.
When you first start smoking again, you also know enough not to fucking drive. You're like, we'll be through this in a few. We'll drive afterwards.
I'll tell you what, getting on public transit and trying to navigate through that while you're freshly, oh man, that was
shit fucked me all up.
That was an experience and a half. I can't tell you how many times I was on the wrong train going the wrong way. Like, oh, all right, well.
Yeah, and then you're so uncomfortable because there's actually people around. You're like, I don't like all this.
It's great.
I've never been in a place that used public transit other than like a small 3-day vacation in New York or no, that's it. That heavily relied on it, infrastructure like that. Growing up in Florida, I know that we had Amtrak's.
Public transportation
I never saw track, but I know they existed.
It's a world. It's its own world in itself. Like riding a bus or riding a train, man. And I'm gonna just for a little hint, if you want to avoid the people, put a pair of sunglasses on and put a pair of headphones in and just look straight, because motherfuckers won't even acknowledge your existence. So, even if the headphones don't work, just keep them in your ears if you don't want to talk.
Everywhere I went.
Yeah,
you can always switch once in a while. We're not sure what kind of drug you're on, and it freaks us out. That keeps us away too.
That's what I mean. Treat it like you're in the waiting room at an urgent care or the emergency room, and then you'll be okay. Don't look at
I'm in the ER. I'm dying.
But I'm one of those dudes that actually tries to talk to everybody.
Just look at the people like you want.
I want to know what they got.
Dude, you stick me in a room, I'm gonna end up talking to everybody just because Either that or I'm talking to my fucking self.
Especially
I
the
always thought being in public was fine like that. I just look at people like I want to talk to them, and they're like, no, and they start leaving. So, I just look like I want to have a conversation with. I'll smile at you.
It
Fucking
looks like you
motherfuckers
might.
get all freaked out.
Do you wear your Jinkos out everywhere too? You wear those
Sometimes.
everywhere, right? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Probably
Fuck
like,
yeah.
oh, geez, they're gonna abduct me into his pant leg.
What's weird is when you got the creepier looking motherfucker that comes up to you and starts talking to you, and you're like, oh, damn.
Oh, when motherfuckers come up and actually start talking to me, that's the dude I want to talk to, because he's cool, usually 90% of the time. That's how I know.
Dude, the guy I'm talking about rides the bus like from the beginning of the line to the end of the line and then catches it back just because he's got nothing else to do.
Oh, so for me, it's like, yeah, right. Like the guy in the trench coat who carries the briefcase around and like he walks everywhere and he's got his headphones in. Like that's usually the guy who talks to me. And like, I'm okay with that because he's usually got some interesting shit. But everybody else looks at him and they're like, fuck that guy. I don't know. He's going to kill somebody someday. Well, no, he's just fucking hilarious. He dresses like that because he's fucking with you people.
Also, that's the guy that you want to befriend. He's going to kill a bunch of people one day. Be his friend.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna know when that suitcase is going off. Shit.
He's gonna be handing it, and everybody be like, "No, wait, that guy talks to me."
Yeah, be like, you're gonna be the guy where he at least nudges you in the ribs and be like, "Hey, man, next stop, shit's going off. You might want to get the fuck out of here."
No, officer, does he look like he would carry a suitcase? Look at the way he's dressed.
It'll be like this. It'll be like looking through the scope, and they'll see Fluffy and be like, "Oh yeah, he plays WoW." And then he'll fucking skip over to the next person.
I was in a guild with
Oh
that
yeah,
guy
we
once.
talked about WoW once on the bus. So he's all right.
Hey, why is it always got to be a fucking WoW nerd who's gonna freak out and kill a bunch of people? Come on, man. It ain't like that. We're stable people.
Hey man, they do a lot of things.
Hey man, because video games make you violent, don't you know?
It's because people
against orcs and gnomes.
Yeah, but you're on.
I don't know, man. I'm less violent because I played Grand Theft Auto and I was able to maliciously kill in every possible way I could think of.
But yeah.
So I mean, I think it actually is a good outlet, to be honest with you. You know, you argue with your girl, and the only mission you have is to run around with a baseball bat and beat up women in the game because you know you got to an argument with your girl. I mean, I would do that. Fuck.
I don't know. I've never had to play a video game to kick the shit out of an old lady or anything like that. I just think that's spineless bitch shit all the way around.
Hey man.
Agreed.
These girls are quick to call the cops if you give them a quick elbow jab. You know.
Not this one.
Yeah, well, the other one.
Anybody heard about? I don't mean to like cut everybody off, but I'm busting myself. I was scrolling while on the show, so I don't want to hear it. Fuck off, everybody. But what I came across is what looks like some new testers or something from Rasta Jeff, and they sound like they got some fucking crazy ass strains going on in here. Anybody heard about anything? Did I miss out on something?
Yeah, I know they won't bring them to Canada, but other than that, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, they're working on
Wow.
it. They're working on it. I heard. But,
Is there strain names or is there just like pics up on Instagram or something?
yeah, it's I don't know if these are older ones that I don't know about or anything. Just first time I'm hearing about it, but let's see. It's got coffee cake, which is forum cookies crossed with a rise. Hoverboard, which is now and later crossed with motor breath crossed with a rise. That sounds phenomenal. Strawberry banana taffy. That sounds pretty dope. Then he has the Mac one and a rise. I've heard of that one. So yeah, those are the three. I've never heard of those other three, so I don't know if they're older.
I think that coffee cake, I think I got a phone call from Opie, like one of the most excited phone calls I can remember getting. Because I think Rasta Jeff was mentioning that strain on a podcast, and Opie fucking lights up my phone. He's like saying that he just watched this episode and Rasta Jeff mentioned this strain that came out at the same time as Arise or something like that, or around there, but Arise got the bigger push, I think was the story he was telling me. Anyways, he's like, Rasta Jeff sounded like he was dropping hints to get a hold of him for seed. So I did, and he's sending some out. And just like Opie, when he gets excited to me, is the coolest shit in the world because he seems like a little
12-year-old kid when he gets excited.
Yeah, and this is exactly what I was talking to, right? He's just like, oh my God, like about these seeds. I was just like, how can you not smile? And like your heart just bursts when you hear this guy, right? Excited like that. So it was yeah, I think Opie might have coffee cake in it. Either that or I'm completely fucking it up and Opie's getting something that you didn't just mention at all.
I got the same call, and it was about that coffee cake, and it was the other cross that it was in. So yeah, I believe that's an older one that you were talking about right there. So
well, in the
those might be some.
It does say rare gem. So now that I read it, yeah. So I cut off a whole conversation for something I should have just read thoroughly.
Well, I've never had a chance to try the forum cut cookies, but I do remember aquaponics. We know I like to play or used to like to play with that a lot. There's a guy named Marty Waddell from AP Meds, and he was the first guy that got my attention growing cannabis with aquaponics, and his was forum cut cookies, and you saw the pictures of it and you're just like, wow, that is different. Like that just looks better than pretty much everything else I'm seeing. And so I've always wanted to get some forum cut cookies, and so now that I know that is a cross that RJ's been playing with, now I'm even more interested.
Yeah, the only time I actually saw that one was Mr. Canucks. He used to grow a forum cut, and man, it was always like the prettiest damn thing he grew. And fuck, I used to love looking at that.
Why it got its name.
Yeah, it's fucking beautiful. I mean, the colors that come out of that forum cut cookies is fucking amazing. I mean, it just has colors everywhere.
Yeah, it's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, so when you were talking about how Opie starts acting when he gets excited, I just wanted to confirm that Mrs. Opie told me the same thing.
Awesome.
Wow, man. Wow.
So, anyway, crazy.
It's one thing when it's my mom, dude, but come on, that was messed up.
I'm afraid to say yes, Rick.
So if you're looking for Irie Genetics, the dude, him and Rasta Jeff and the dude worked out a deal to get them to Canada, and you can get them from him. Now I don't know what all he has, but he does
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But do I have to be in their Discord or pay extra money? Because I just can't afford another person that I love that much.
Hey, here's what the deal. Well, a deal. It doesn't necessarily pertain to what Rick's mentioning here. Is I'm talking with Dave about getting an order of Irie stuff at some point in time. It's not going to happen anytime real soon, because there's a few things that I want, and I'm waiting for them all to be there before he can ship it all. And
Gotcha.
So if there's something that you're interested in, reach out to me, reach out to Dave, Rick. Same goes for you, Hurton. Same goes for you. Anybody that's up here in Canada, if you guys want, we'll fucking ship it all up in one, and then we can disperse it once it's up here. Because let's face it, man, the shipping fees over the border, they fucking suck.
Right. We've already done this once. We know, right?
Yeah,
well,
I paid through the nose to get those Blueberry Butchers and Jack the Rippers, right? Which is worth it to me.
Do that.
But let's try and if we can, let's work together and beat these border fees and all that other garbage. And yeah,
absolutely. I will reach out because I gotta get my hands on the Blueberry Butcher. And then I'm sure there's others, but that one there is the only one that sticks in my brain and won't go away. And I'm like, really? Just go away already. I'm a stoner. Why haven't you?
What I'm hoping to get my hands on is some Rise number 4 F2s. I was talking to Dave about those. That's one of those. And then there's also on the show a few months ago, he was giving away some Storm Shadows, and I was like, oh fuck, I want those. And then when I was talking to Dave a couple weeks ago, he's like, dude, I still got those for you. So, but anyways, like I said, there's about 3 or 4 other strains I would like to get my hands on. And so once Dave has all that shit there, then I'll fucking send him some money or whatever. We'll work it out and have it sent up.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Okay. Chat was just talking, and they might be out right now, but they were saying that it looks like at realgrowersrecharge.ca, you can get the Irie genetics from the dude. So the Canadian Real Growers has the Irie by the sounds of it, but it looks like it says they might be out right now.
That's a good connection for everybody that isn't me.
there was a little bit of politics going on about because well, the dude Grosjean got in trouble with PayPal a while back. And I think Scotty might have gotten into some trouble with Reach. I don't know. I shouldn't repeat that, but they weren't sure about associating recharge with seeds. They were just looking into that. So whether or not you can get it from Reach, or you can try, and they'll say yes or no.
Isn't that wild how broad that this prohibition goes? You know what I mean, against this plant. You know, it's crazy that still today that we have places that just outright don't recognize it, refuse to recognize it, and stuff like that. And it's just like in today's day and age, and that's just because for the simple fact that people aren't standing up. You know what I mean? Because it's over the majority of people don't give a fuck about it. You know, it's just a small percent of people that do. You know what I mean? So cheers to everybody that's out there actively doing activism in some sort of way, whether it's boycotting a local corporation through cannabis or anything like that. You know what I mean? Support your local people and get each other's back. And we got to make this community, stronger than what it is, because now that we have the support, we can do it, and it's up to us. So cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're super close. So yeah, you
And
just
vote,
Here, man.
And vote. My state, against my vote, elected a lawmaker who was I'm not going to name them, but they elected a lawmaker that was a nurse for like 10 years. And part of her running platform is, I was a nurse for 10 years and cannabis has no medicinal use and this and that. And this is after the FDA came out and said that it was good to go for seizures.
Wow. Yeah.
See, that's just where stupidity runs rampant, and it fucking pisses me off. Hold on, I gotta do up the window. It's like 7 in the morning, and I'm yelling and swearing and shit like that, fucking waking neighbors up. But like, man, like, okay, so even to say I take my cannabis medicinally, I have an actual prescription for it, as do a lot of you guys on the panel I'm looking at, and a lot of in chat. It's very unlikely, but say everything cannabis is doing for us is actually placebo. I fucking doubt it, but let's say it's plausible. It's still doing something for you in the long run, though, isn't it? But like, to say there's no medicinal fucking value is just fucking stupid. I fucking hate the ignorance of this shit.
No matter what, if anything, it is definitely an anti-inflammatory. They have proved that it absolutely works, right? So if anything, you're smoking a joint, you're fucking taking an aspirin. It's the same goddamn thing. It's fucking medicinal. So there is no argument. It's medicinal. You go all the way back into the beginning of Prohibition, and they knew it had medicinal value. It's documented in like the 30s that they already had
sold at the pharmacy.
It was medicinal.
It was sold at pharmacies, man.
It was over-the-counter medication.
Yep. See, like, all right, you take a painkiller to take away your pain. 90% of the time, it leads to you getting high. What's the difference if you're taking this for a painkiller and you end up getting high as the result?
Because they can't control it.
I understand the freaking concept of the financial aspect.
10% of people that use hard drugs actually become dependent upon those. Most people actually get through it. It doesn't mean bad things don't happen, and you might have some bad repercussions, but it actually,
Who's got the noise going on?
I'm thinking really hard. I'm sorry.
Hi.
And so Chasing the Scream, great book, great resource on the war on drugs and statistics and everything like that. This dude did a ton of fucking research. Johan Hari is the author of the book. It's phenomenal because it really does dispel a lot of myths about not only cannabis, but drugs in general, And it's phenomenal. And it's, misinformation that leads to stigmatization and stuff like that, which furthers compounds problems. You know what I mean? So it's not anybody's fault. It's just the lack of true information out there. If everybody starts hearing this stuff and it becomes regular rhetoric, people are going to know about it, and they have the information, they can use it. But Yeah. Cheers, Johan.
I bought the book because of
Tasting
you.
the
DP.
stream. I'm sorry?
I bought the book because of you. I just haven't had time to read yet.
Yeah, it's a great fucking book. Oh yeah. Cheers.
Hey, also a great documentary, Painted Lady. Thanks for recommending this one on Netflix. Weed the People. It is a fantastic documentary on the medicinal values of cannabis. Well worth watching. Weed the People.
Oh, did everybody see that? What is it? The Fantastic Fungi is now on Netflix.
I've heard
I
about
did see
this.
that.
Okay, it's on Netflix now. So
I
Yes,
gotta
it
check
is.
this out because I've been hearing about this for about the last week straight, and I've been just waiting for the chance where I get an hour, 2 hours, whatever it takes to watch this, because I'm just like, well, that's right up our alley right here on this show, right? Excited as fuck for that. But first and foremost, I got to watch Blue Jays today because I don't care that all you guys don't care. But for the first time in almost 2 years, the Toronto Blue Jays are playing ball back in Canada. So that's what I'm doing today. Go
He's
Blue
going
Jays.
bird watching.
Fuck yeah.
The Fantastic Fungi.
Yeah.
That's
That
a
sounds like
great
me.
movie.
I'm a fantastic fun guy.
You are.
Has anybody speaking of that? Has
So
anybody
has
seen that
anybody else
movie?
actually watched it already?
Have you been talking to your mother?
I talk to her all the time. She's my mom.
no, I actually plan on watching it tonight.
It's a great film actually about fungus.
It is.
The great things. And a lot of people have I had a huge misconception going into watching it. I thought it was all going to be about psychedelics, but actually only like a quarter of it is actually.
No, it talks about a bunch of mushrooms, dude, and a bunch of fungus, like everything.
And how they're introducing it into the medical world. It's a great resource. That's a great film as well. Oh man.
Even the fungus that cleans up oil spills. That's a rather interesting fucking fungus.
I heard that. And that's
I heard about it years ago, actually, because they were talking about doing it, but actually seeing it applied and they're actually moving along. That's promising.
What was that one cool one? They did was it a Chinese or Japanese subway system? And it was designed because of the way that the mushrooms grew, because the mushrooms knew the fastest way to get through. So they followed the way the mushrooms did it. And that's how they designed the system.
Oh, that's fucking cool. I think I didn't get through the whole thing.
There's another fungus I was just reading something about in the last couple weeks that they discovered that can actually eat and dissolve plastic. So they're thinking that might help out with landfills. Who's got the background noise going again?
Not I.
I was actively trying to mute when you asked.
It's okay. We love you, Hype. It's all good.
You can mute him whenever you need to. You know that, right?
No, I can't. I tried already. That's why I started asking since I've been in the car, because I was just like, I was trying to hit it. And then
you're on your phone.
Yeah, and it would open up like his profile. And I tried to hit it up again. All of a sudden, Bees' profile would open up. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. So I just, all right, who done it? And then they kind of go, oh, it was me.
Where's Bees?
Is he not here?
I can't see.
No, I know generally that it's probably me if you're asking on a Sunday morning, because I am at work and there's a lot of like background noise that I tune out just because I've been doing it for 10 years. So
buddy,
I don't even hear my Hobart.
Hey, we love your presence and your input, my friend. Especially it gets a little kinky when you start masturbating, but even that's fun to watch.
Uncle Rick, are you announcing your voyeurism fetish?
Yeah, he is. He likes you to look him in the eye.
I think for the first time in years, Uncle
Like, what am I
woke
doing?
up with fucking Morning Wood because he's all fucking randy today.
Dude, my mother must have slept over there.
First time in a while his little pecker's been working, so he's fucking trying to put it to work.
He woke up, he was like, it's gonna be a good day.
Woohoo, shit's moving. he gets real lucky, he might even have a bowel movement today. It'll be great. That would be such a good day for him.
It's bad when you have to celebrate those things. I mean, there's something wrong there.
I celebrate them now. I don't give a fuck. I'm happy to shit.
I'll tell you what, taking a shit, nah. I mean, it's fine because it's just
it's fucking disgusting.
When somebody wants to come and use my bathroom, I got so many cords going into it. It's shutting the door could be pretty hard.
One day when we hear like DP's building is gonna burn down, and they're gonna be like, I don't know, some asshole was fucking growing pot here, had 50 fucking things plugged into one outlet right next to the toilet. Like, I don't know. That's fucking what set it off.
What it's gonna be is somebody's gonna fucking clog the toilet with a massive shit and then puddle up and fucking water hit the floor, short circuit, and that's how fucking DP's building burns down right there.
The tenant right above DP fucking clogs his toilet, which causes back pressure. His toilet fucking blows up over his fucking power strip. Oh yeah, I can see it.
Guys, you guys are totally willing this into existence.
All the metal ties that are holding the lights together and shit, they just all, it's one good circuit right there. Gotta use the path of least resistance, right?
Fish has been fucking all about Rick's sexual escapades today.
Yeah, he definitely got something last night. He came out frisky.
All right, Uncle Rick, getting busy, my man.
Woo! Fucking old guy still works it.
Fucking stallion.
You don't call me a pimp for nothing.
Don't call me a pimp for nothing. Cheers, Uncle Rick.
That's because they don't call you a pimp, but that's okay. We'll let you fucking.
It's more like they don't call you a pimp or nothing. Nah, Rick, you're the shit, man. I love you, brother. You're fucking like, I'm so fucking happy that you decided to come on this ride with us, man.
Hey.
So how's everybody's gardens doing, man? I haven't really fucking talked about anybody's shit in a while.
Fluff, I actually kind of sort of have a garden for a change. I'm pretty excited.
I know. That. Oh, let's talk about it.
Okay, well, there's a case. So I got that tent set up that 30 by 24, or 30 by 20, 36 by 20, I believe is the actual dimensions on it. I got that Lemonberry, the Spider Girl, and that Meathead Cross. Those are going, hoping. The Lemonberry, we do know is a femme from Ethos. And the Spider Girl is my cross. The Meathead Cross is also mine, hoping we at least one of those is going to be female. Nice, about 6 to 8 inches tall. They're starting to throw some nice stems and bush out a tiny bit. And then I got a whole bunch of sprouts. I did 11 sprouts. I think it was, or did seeds, I should say. I think it was 5 Jack the Ripper F2s, the number 4 pheno, and 2 Orange Gasm, 2 Lemon Jeffrey, 2 Grape Diamonds. 2 of the 2 Grape Diamonds didn't clear dirt. 2 of the Jack the Rippers didn't clear dirt, and one of my Lemon Jeffreys. Well, you remember South Park, how Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo, he has the kid with his peanut in the head. Okay, that one of the Lemon Jeffreys is kind of looks like that. But the other one is actually the strongest sprout that I have going right now, and looking really good. The 2 Orange Gasms are looking good so far, and 2 of the 3 Jack the Rippers are looking all hot and horny in there. So that's hopefully we'll get something good going on there. And I'm gonna throw some Has caps in there just because I'm actually, though the cannabis, it's not allowed to grow where it's at. It's got to go to a different location real soon. So I'm gonna have some freak shows in there, which I forgot to mention. The freak show are the same. They're a good couple weeks old now, but they grow so goddamn slow that the all the other stuff the 11 that I just mentioned, I germinated those last Saturday, and they're already have grown more than the freak show that I did 2-3 weeks ago. It's fucked up. They're very slow moving. But anyways, Has caps, and then I want to grow some peppers. I was talking to Fluff about those, trying to wake his ass up at what I'm pretty sure it was after midnight his time, which I was pretty proud of myself. And I'm gonna throw some Carolina Reapers in there.
Fuck yeah, man. I love Reapers. And that's the thing. You ask ghost peppers or Reapers. Ghost peppers, like, for one, I mean, they're hot, but they're not like that hot. I mean, they're good, but they're not super hot. But they really have not a desirable taste for what I like in peppers. You know, Reapers have a wonderful taste that goes. It's a very citrusy taste that goes along with that fucking extreme heat. You know, it's not just heat. It's a great tasting pepper along with it. So that's why if you're gonna grow a hot fucking pepper, a Reaper is a great choice because they just taste wonderful on top of it.
See, that's the key. Is I want like I love mixing hot peppers in with my hamburger when I make burgers to spice them up a bit. I want to be able to do shit like that. But I'm looking to try to also maximize on capsaicin at the same time, so that once I am harvesting again, I can get back into making salves and all that stuff. I want to be able to throw the heat in there because in dealing with my own elbow and shoulder issues, I've playing around with stuff. It seems like there could be some help in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about that one a long time ago when we talked about making CBD salves and stuff as putting boiling off that the pepper to get the capsaicin inside that to make a good muscle rub. So yeah, and that's another reason, just go with the Reaper. You will definitely get plenty of capsaicin extracted out, so yeah, Reaper's just always a good choice.
Yeah, that's exciting. So yeah,
how do you
I'm like
capsaicin?
What?
How do you extract it? You do like
you can actually do it. You can just do it in water. Yeah, it's a matter of soaking it. So yeah, and capsaicin, I mean, you can get it out in water. It's pretty soluble actually. It bonds to a lot of shit. So you can bond it to oil, you can bond it to water. It'll come out. So, if you just do a like simmer soak, like you would to extract your THC or CBD, then you can extract the capsaicin the same way.
Okay. Appreciate it.
But yeah, so
you're doing our extracting. That's all.
So DP, what all you got going, man? Your closet's fucking looking pretty good nowadays.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. If I don't get out of here this month, then I'm gonna scrog that dilly bars that's been vegging for 2.5 months now. I'll scrog that out and I'll finally be able to flip the flowers, so that'll be exciting. But yeah, I got the dilly bars and then I got a couple of auroras from Dutch Passion. Got those hypothetical. I got your autos. Those are coming down pretty soon. One's coming down really soon. The other one's not too far behind it. That's going to be exciting. The hashing got's what I'm really excited about. There's a CBD in it. And then I got a bunch of seedlings going. I got Stranger Danger. Cheers, E motherfucking Holland, that one. I got Granddaddy Garlic. Cheers, Adam and Mobius on that one. That stuff was phenomenal. I got to try it from Indica B. He grew that stuff out. Great earthy funk. And it has that just great back end from the Granddaddy Purple. And then I got the Northern Light crossed with the Mango Skunk from Bred for the North. I know I'm leaving something out. The Dosey Dose crossed with the Licorice Lime from Dave. Dave's not here. Cheers to Dave. I'm super stoked about that one. Stoked about them all, so it'll be fun. I'm throwing another light up there. I got these little panel quantums with it in there with the Canon, and it's working out pretty well. And so yeah, I just got another 100 water that I'm going to throw in. Stoney's going to let me use that until I upgrade all those quantums. I'm looking into the rapids because if I'm going to stay here, then it just fits right up there perfectly. They're great lights. It's like a 2x4 almost back there, but it's more like a 2x5.
Are you looking at that rapid like bar light system?
Yeah.
Oh man, just get that anyway. I mean, whether you stay there or not, if you're looking at that light, just grab that motherfucker. That's a nice fucking light.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. My buddy's got those Grower's Choice. Those things are fantastic.
So you got the big ROIs? Yeah. He got like the 7 or the 6.
I can't remember, to tell you the truth. I haven't gone out to check it out, but he's just showed me some pictures last night. They do great, and he upgraded from Burple, so it's a huge.
Oh wow! So he's fucking loving life right now.
He's got a fucking drip feeder. He's fucking man. Yeah, but I saw a couple things just from listening to everybody. I've never ran drip systems or anything, but just from all the podcasts and listening to everybody talk about them, I'm already seeing some stuff, and I was able to talk to him about stuff, just preventative maintenance that he can help, take care of stuff. So cheers everybody and your awesome information.
Yeah, I just upgraded, off of, one of my whole tents. So instead of running that like 3x4 now, that tent turned into that 5x5. And it's got that, I just bought that cheap Flies On light, that bar style fucking 600 and some odd fucking, dude, that tent is loving life right now. It is just fucking blowing up.
So I think what it's going to happen with these, that's going to be the new style, is this bar style, so you're going to be able to see the smaller companies come in, and you're going to be able to start getting affordable, good lights with the same.
Well, it's nice. I mean, they throw out a shit ton of fucking photons. You can drop them lower to the fucking plant. There's less burning, it's so much more flexible than a lot of the other lights that we're dealing with right now.
Dispersion is way better too.
What I'm really excited about with these bar lights in the smaller style is to see how well you can supplement them with something like, say, a Canon. Canon itself has a pretty small footprint, right? 3x3 now, because my ideal tent space right now is a 4x4. Right, so Canon doesn't quite cover that. So you throw Canon in there, and maybe 1 or 2 of these bar style lights with a little bit different lighting spectrum in them, and see what happens then. I'm really excited to see how that goes on.
Yeah, I'm keeping my Canons around, so when I build out a room, then they're going to get put, above a flowering section in a room, but with a bunch of other light added on, which will be, bar style, or it'll be quantum board, because I just like the spread better.
I get that spread, because otherwise, if you don't have it'd be great for one monster, right? Put a 3x3 no-till bed in a 3x3, put a Canon in there, throw a one son bitch in there, and let that thing just, that'd be fine. But I'm finding just even with the Canon, my 3x3, the corners are hard to get. You know what I mean? And so when I had the Quantum in there in my 3x3, I was able to supplement a lot better, because I put that big ass 20 gal over to one side. I just had the Canon kind of over there towards it more, and I had the other Quantum. I just turned down so I didn't turn down the power. It's just too much. So I just turned down the power, and I was able to get over there and just fill out everything perfectly. But the Canon's great. I mean, plants love it. Every day I wake up, they're praying at it. They love that thing. So.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with mine, man. I love my Canons. It's just I like to kind of take that shadowing out, since it is a single source of light. Even in a tent, it's nice because you're bouncing everything around and you take care of it. There's still a lot of shadowy spots. I kind of like, having mine above one plant and just kind of being the focus light right down the middle of that plant, and then having a little bit of side lighting around, everything else to really, really buff it up,
Sure.
Because I do, those cobs they just beam right down into that. They got penetration. They make nice fucking solid nugs, so it's great having them.
I think I'm gonna try kind of what you guys do with the one Canon, or one plant, one Canon at some point in time, just give it its own tent. But instead of, maybe, because I've heard DP talk about his saying the corners of his 3x3 are fucking hard to hit with the one Canon. So I might try and take it down and go into even a 2.5 by 2.5, because I found a tent that's that size. And then maybe just put in Captain 420. He was on a while back and said he's got some pretty crazy tie seeds that he can get with some really good just insane phenos in there. Maybe try and do a bit of pheno hunting and find something like that, and just have one tent that's your long flowering sativa. That thing is going to take fucking forever, and just give it its own happy life over there by itself.
You definitely have to have the high clearance because the Canon, larger than people think, you know. So it has a height clearance that you got to worry about.
And
especially with it being that single cob, you know, that's that directional. It can fry some shit. I'll definitely fry. It's a powerful fucking light. That thing's great. It really is.
Yeah. And the sativa is going to grow tall, and you're going to want it in a bigger pot, like at least a 10-gallon.
Oh, I would just do a no-till bed in there. Just a big no-till bed. I have it that style, and I would flip it like within a couple weeks, like I'll give it a week or two of veg to just kind of get forming, and then flip it. Because you know, if it's going to be 120 days, right? Yeah, it's going to fucking do a lot in that 10. So
good idea.
Yeah, you know, fuck, I forgot what I was going to say.
What good are you, okay, man?
Thunder Dan's killing it. He said he's got what did he say? He's got two, and he's got 2 cannons and his 4x6.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, you were saying right, in a 3x3, you know, it's kind of rated for a 3x3. You know, the cannon is, but you do kind of have corners that get really fucked up. I like to hang high above my canopy, and I don't like to move my lights. So in like my 3x4, I hung 2 cannons. Now I had one of them was the old style, so it was only 240 watts. And the other one is the 3.6, but when I ordered it, I had them just tune it down to 240, so I have 2 matching lights, you know. And but I hung both of them in there and I hang them high, and they absolutely just destroy a 3x4. I mean, every bit of it is covered. I don't have corner problems. Everything's thick. It's actually too much light, but you know, I just grow a little shorter, a little faster, spread it out. But I absolutely, you know, just kill it with 2 of them to take out those dull spots in your corners, you know. And in the middle where they both come together, man, that center of that plant, the center of that tent is just amazing, just rock hard.
How many plants would you put in that area? Well, it depends.
Oh, I grow way differently than most people. I'll just make that one plant. It would be one plant sitting there and spread out throughout that whole tent.
Oh, beautiful, man. Wow. How long would that take to veg?
I'm usually right at about the same time that most guys are, you know, doing their regular rotation. By the time they've, you know, filled out their tent with, you know, their 10 plants, since I keep going, I'm probably about 2 weeks behind, you know, somebody who's not doing the same thing. So it's hard to tell. It's so strain dependent. Some of them fill in way faster than others. You know, it's hard.
And I'm sure you have pictures of these on.
Oh, absolutely. On my on my Cannabis account, you can see it.
Yeah. And I'm interested in the your training technique. There'd be a lot of horizontal training, I guess.
Yeah, there is.
Topping.
There's I don't do much. You know, I top a little bit. You know, you have to top it to start spreading it out and stuff. I'll only top it once or twice, but as I have mine growing, I will actually start moving them throughout my trellis. So I'll let it pop up, and then as it, you know, grows out your secondary branches and stuff, then I'll fold that other one down, and I'll just start, you know, adjusting through my canopy as it grows. Whereas a lot of people, they'll let it grow super tall, and then they'll stretch that son of a bitch down and, you know, under the net. I'm going to try that in one of my newer runs. I'm going to try to grow the one big one real nice and tall and then flatten it out. But I usually like to train as I'm going. And it has kind of bit me in the ass a couple times because I get really thick canopies because of the way I train them. The canopy is just super thick. And sometimes I don't trim enough, because I think I have enough space and airflow and everything, you know. I don't trim enough, and then I've got too much larf, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, it's okay, because it's all going to go in the trim bin, get made with edibles or concentrates or something. So you know, it doesn't matter there. It doesn't bother me as much as it might some other people, but that's where I get myself in trouble with my training is, you know, since I do it as I go, I have a tendency to get too thick.
Yeah, I think we can all take a little blame there. You look at it and think, I wonder if it can make it. I wonder if it can just get up through there. And then a week later you go, fuck, cut her down. I tried. So I'd like to take a moment and try to defend myself. Where did it go? Anyway, I started, and none of this, I didn't plan any of this. It just appears that way. So back a ways, Family Farm says, wow, Uncle Rick with the creepy showstopper. And then Kingfisher says, talking about Prophet's mom, Opie's wife, and height beating off. And I didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of came out that way. Okay. I try to spread my my perversions over a greater period.
Yeah, well, we know you spread your perversions.
Are you trying to apologize? Are you bragging and reliving the moment?
No, I'm trying to defend myself. It is only a coincidence that this happened. So anyway, and then Raider says, Rick needs to get laid or just got laid. Panel, they're beating up on me in chat again. Okay.
So which is it? Come on.
Never mind. Which is it? Never mind. Okay. And okay, I wanted to just bring up another, and you can shut me off at any time. But earlier today, I guess we had a troller, and Keeper of the Strains put a muzzle on that. But of course, all this boomer shit right over my head, and he said something like, "Hi, I'm from Australia." And by the time, and then he made another statement, and Keeper deleted that one, and I'm still in the process of, oh, welcome, mate, from Australia. Are you? Where are you in Australia? And then the whole fucking thing's deleted. So
hold on, I really need to see that fucking Australian like imitation again. What the fuck was that? Do that again.
That must be Canadian, Australian.
I don't know what the fuck that was. That was like a British guy trying to do a Canadian accent, trying to imitate an Australian. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was fucking hilarious.
It'll never come out of my mouth again, I swear.
I also saw that too, Rick, and I'm still a little.
I don't know. Well, thank you, Keeper. For,
Thanks, Keeper.
That little thing.
Yep. Thank you to all our mods, admins, whatever you'd like to. The Wrench Army in the chat.
The Wrench Army.
Get rid of all the assholes that want to come in and try and ruin all the fun for everyone else.
The Caraboofers, man. Caraboofers.
And thank you, Chad, as always, for joining us. It's you folks that make the show. We're all here for you, and I also want to take a moment to thank our Patreon supporters: Crazy Pop Mom, Stony Rockefeller, Canada's Finest, Uncle Rick, Raider Dank Vader, Hypothetical Genetics, Beastie Stoner Mom, Dave's Not Here, Sticky Icky Cookie, Opie 7420, Lobster Bush Bro, Papa Z, G-Bay Genetics, and Colton Bridge. Thank you all.
And actually, we've got another one that joined us this past week. I hope he doesn't mind us shouting his name out. I got no message saying otherwise. Jeff Covert, thanks for supporting us on Patreon. Yeah, we appreciate that. Every time we get a new Patreon supporter and you get the real name that comes with it, I'm always wondering, is that someone that we know from chat otherwise? So if you guys kind of like how Ross to Jeff would say it on his show, if you don't want to be known or shouted out as what your your real name or whatever, send us a DM saying, hey, don't call me that, call me this. Otherwise, I'm going to call you whatever shows up on the Patreon account. So, yeah. But anyways, we love all you guys, everyone in chat, and but the Patreon supporters, you guys make it so this show doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Personally, it actually does cost a little bit of money to keep this stuff going. It's not a huge sum of money, but it is. It is a little bit. So we really do appreciate it.
And we've got merch coming.
Yep. Actually, yeah. Is Astro Charlie in the chat right now by any chance?
I haven't seen him, but we spoke about it briefly on the last show. And
okay, well, because we need to get some some actual more artwork designed up so we can actually go ahead with that merch there, Rick. You and I talked the other day, and so I'd like to. I'm going to be sitting around all day watching Blue Jays today. That's the only thing on my agenda, so I could maybe talk to a few artists about getting a little bit more stuff done up, because there's people that are watching right now. They're like, "Fuck yeah, I'd love to have one of your guys' shirts." So, well, let's try and get that out.
Yep, right on. Yeah, so Friday night. To be honest with you, when the show started, we started on a Sunday wake and bake at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. And it did coincide with my watering schedule. At the time, it was good, but that's another story. And then we went to a Tuesday, and it became a lot of fun. And but there's a time commitment. And then we went to Friday, and I told Caribou at the time, I said, "Gee, I don't know if I'm prepared to give up this much of my time." And he said, "Oh, no big deal." And I said, "Well, shit." I said, "I'll show up," and that's how Friday night started with me. It got to the point where now I can't fucking wait for Friday night. And last Friday night, I was on for 4.5 hours. And it went by so fast. We had a great fucking time. Just wanted to say that.
I was I was at like 10 o'clock my time, and I think I was pretty much getting ready for bed, and I was going through my phone and hit on YouTube or whatever, and I noticed that you guys were still fucking going, and yeah, like Westport was on, and I was just like, fucking A. Now, if anything, I think that what this tells me is that every time I'm not on a Friday show where I don't show up, we have like a wicked fucking guest panel. So I'm just gonna let you guys do the Fridays.
It's not that.
You know what, Caribou?
You're welcome.
I feel the same fucking way every fucking Friday, which I know I'm never on. Is that it always ends up like all the fucking cool people end up showing up, and I'm like, well, I talk to these fucking jokers all the goddamn time. I was like, I never get to talk to anybody cool.
Yeah, that was fucking cool.
Gotta be there on Fridays, man.
Oh, yeah, Spartan got on there for a while. He dropped out some good fucking knowledge, man. That was some good talks with him.
Absolutely, yeah. Shag came on, and yeah, it was cool. It was.
Had some technical difficulties.
Than Caribou. That's why it's always good, because we all stay up later than Caribou. Caribou puts us to bed. He's like, "No, I gotta go to bed," and we're all like, "All right, we'll go to bed with Caribou." So yeah, when he's not there, we're just like, party. There's no end date.
Fuck you guys. I'm tired. I gotta go to sleep.
Actually, I usually get handed the controls, and I try to stay up as late as you guys can go, but you're on 3 hours behind me, and I'm just like, at some point, I'm like, all right, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock where I'm at. I gotta tap out. Sorry, man.
It's like 1 o'clock for you. It's like fucking 9 o'clock for them. They're just like, oh, that's early.
I know.
And you're like, fuck, come on.
I'm on tropics time, but I'm a night owl, so it doesn't matter to me.
See, whereas I'm an early riser. It's like I'm up at like 3, 4 in the morning usually, start smoking weed shortly thereafter, need a nap by 9, but don't usually get it. So by the time the other 9 o'clock happens 12 hours later, I'm fucking tired. Like I want to go to bed. My girlfriend laughs at me because I'll be sitting there on the couch or laying in bed watching TV, and she'll see it. Like I'm just like struggling. She's like, "Why don't you just go to sleep?" And I'm like,
You do the old man nod outs.
Because then I'll wake up at fucking 1 o'clock and not 2 o'clock, right? And it gets into that cycle. But the main thing is she laughs at me. She's always laughing at me over this. And then I was such fuck. So this is funny. I was on Facebook, I guess, a couple of days ago, and I was commenting. You know how you can read when somebody comments on someone else's post or whatever. And it was my girlfriend commenting on a post about something. What's the first thing you hear after sex or something like that? And the lady that posted it, something about snoring. And my girlfriend posted up, well, after sex, you hear the dab rig fire up and then you hear snoring. I was like, fuck, that's hilarious.
Yeah, so first you just gotta hear
yeah.
And then you hear the fucking
yeah.
Very, very similar, but slightly different.
Slightly. Well, and then you'll see if you get the bubbling of the rig going on in there too. And it's just it's like white noise to help put a person to sleep, really, is what it is.
There you go. It's a very soothing sound right before. So you're trying to help her relax, go to sleep after giving her a wonderful performance, right?
Yes.
Right.
I relaxed her really good.
But you ruin it with the coughing after you take the hit.
Well, that only lasts for like about 45 seconds to a minute and a half. So
mine are at like 3 minutes.
That wonderful performance reminds me of live chat.
What, premature ejaculation in live chat?
I think he finally just realized he wasn't in live chat. We had a discussion about this earlier. Actually, I think DP actually did a demo today, right? Okay.
He did do a demo. And you know what I found out after he did the demo is I do have the fader on my phone on my YouTube. So it's the same way. I can do his way, my way. It's all the same way. So that's how you go to live chat.
What's your way?
Unity.
Oh, I can't see it if I try to get the phone up there. It doesn't. I'll never get it to fucking look. So, but yeah, you got to hit the fader. You hit the fader, and then it says you're in Top Chat. Well, I can't. Look.
I was just messing with you, Fluffy.
Anybody know why Top Chat's there?
Fuck with me.
Like, why is Top Chat there?
Yeah, really.
That's a good question, Prophet.
I'm just curious. Why is it not just connected to live chat? What the fuck's up with
so
this?
it can inconvenience us, is my best guess. So it can, destroy your viewing pleasure in a way.
Nice.
So that you always feel left behind. Never know what's actually going on at the moment.
It's for YouTube analytics. It's how they find the stoners and ban the shows. Because if you're too slow to remember to get into Top Chat, they're like, oh, that's definitely a big stoner show.
Or they have,
and then they start looking at you.
Views and like 4 likes or 4 unlikes. Like there's not any votes or anything, but there's 1 billion views in it.
Yeah, that's how they find us. That's how they get us.
I think
everybody sober up before they get on the show so we can do this right and screw them all.
Speaking of, don't let them find us. Hit that live chat, guys. It's not about the chatting experience. It's about being stealthy.
That and hit the like button because these stoners always forget.
And fucking smoke some weed.
Yeah, why do you keep reminding me to be in fucking live chat? Don't you know that I just know to go there right away? It's like the Discord.
Because you mentioned something that happened 15 minutes ago in chat, then wanted to start talking about it.
Yep. Yes, you did.
So get in live chat so you're with the
I did want to add one more thing to that. That when I look over and I read something in live chat, I'm thinking my first thought is, I'm the only one that can see this. And it's up to me to tell the panel and the rest of chat what somebody said in live chat. And then I go, wait a minute, they can fucking see it too.
No, Rick,
I'd share that.
Can't. We don't even know what you're talking about. Can you please explain it further?
Yeah, we need a hand gesture.
I need you all to know that this mural back here is not
breathing.
moving. It's not moving. Okay, so
you know, I must be the only one that has a problem. Until you did a close up of it on Friday, I've never seen that fucking thing move.
I see it move all the time, man. Even when it's not moving.
Until that day, I've never seen it move.
I thought it was moving now until he's like, it ain't moving.
Fluffy, you and I are the only ones that got it right. I'm saying it's not moving.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, it's not moving. Let me crank up the fan a little bit. It's not as
shit looks like it's moving to me.
I think every time Rick moves, he makes the wind and it makes it move, and he says it's not moving, but every time he moves, it moves. That's why we think it's moving.
No. There, I turned up the fan, so there we go.
So now it's really moving.
We're rocking. We're rocking.
Now it's melting.
Now, how high are we all, by the way?
Okay, put the mushrooms away. Move back from the vehicle.
Oh, that just reminded me it's edibles day today. Yeah, my girlfriend has she bought a 2,000 milligram gummy. Remember those ones I was eating on the show a while back?
Oh my God.
I might eat that and watch the Blue Jays today. That'll be fun.
You gotta eat that and go to bed. You have to listen. You have to read about the Blue Jays game.
In touch. So much for him getting in touch with the artists, because now he's going to eat that gummy and forget that he was supposed to contact people.
I said maybe to that, didn't I? I didn't say I was actually going to. I just was thinking about it, I believe. I didn't actually say for sure as I look for the back.
Okay, I'm about to rewind.
You should already consumed it. There should be no further discussion of this. You should go get it right now and eat it all.
I kind of like what DP's saying. I could get in trouble for this.
That's even better.
I think you should get 2 of them. Eat 2 of them.
We'll hear about it later.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do 4. But I did the 1,500 on the show the one time, and that was fine. I was still I was fucked up, don't get me wrong, but I was still fucking able to continue on with life quite joyfully after that.
You know, I like the fact that I only need 150 milligrams to enjoy myself. Yeah, I'm not jealous in any way about this fucking you guys eating 1,000. Nope.
No, man, if I did 1,000, I guarantee you I'd be going to the hospital thinking I'm fucking dying. I would be that guy.
In
my head, I know I'm supposed to be fine, but I'm pretty sure I'd be thinking I was dying.
No, Fluff, we'd just watch baseball together. It'd be great. Blue Jays.
I wouldn't think I was dying. I'd probably just go to bed for 3 fucking days.
Yeah, I wonder how long that would last for me. I bet you that'd be a good fucking 2-day fucking ride.
Dude, I've done a couple of 100 milligrams and went to bed, woke up still stumbly, fucking that hangover and shit. I can't imagine.
RF though does it for me. Depending on what time I take it, is depending on how I'm gonna feel the next morning.
Yeah, the time I took it, I woke up the next day and I was still fucking feeling it. I was like, wow.
Hey, wait, so who accidentally plunged the whole plunger? You or fucking Stoney? You did it? So you did it on the car ride home.
Bag of dicks too. So
bag of squares.
Literally the whole way. Nah, this was for the rap.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I got dicked that time. Yeah.
Got dicked down proper.
Properly dicked.
Proper dicked.
We were not allowed to have a bag full of dicks up here. It's not fair. So that'd probably be copyright infringement or something like that. So it's trademarking laws or whatever.
Dude, just buy a silicone mold.
But no, I'm talking about for dicks at Medibles, right? To me, that is the fucking most brilliant fucking marketing line out there. Go eat a bag of dicks, right? I fucking love it.
Yeah, they're great too. They taste great. Texture's great. Perfect firmness.
That's important.
DP loves a firm dick.
Need it firm.
Important to have a firm penis.
More innuendos I can think.
Yeah, a little bit malleable.
There you go. Great consistency going down the throat.
The flavor burst.
It's got to melt in your mouth, not in your hands.
There you go. Yeah.
Was it a juicy center or was it just a regular center?
Consistent texture throughout.
Now I want to make a juicy center one.
You guys remember those those gummy candies that you used to get for your lunches, those gushers that you get, those, but a bag of dicks. Think of that. Fucking.
I just said that.
And to make it squirt some like white fucking cannabis oil out of the fucking.
It
Vanilla
shoots out
flavored.
like white CBD isolate or something like that into your mouth. That'd be great.
There you go.
I remember my mom was in the hospital once, and I made a cake for her, and I made it in the shape of a dick that I got from Spencer's Gifts, and I frosted it with the colored frosting. I used sprinkles for the fucking pubes. It was great. It was a great cake, and everybody absolutely loved it there. It's hilarious.
Except your mother, right?
Fuck up. No, my mom loved it. Are you kidding me? She absolutely loved it. It was great.
That's awesome.
So was this? So your obsession with handing people fucking dicks it goes way back. This isn't like just.
Let's see. Yeah, I just graduated high school around that time. So yeah.
So you're like you're the guy from Superbad, the kid from Superbad that's always drawing pictures of the dicks and shit like that.
No, my buddy was that guy though, and he got called up to the principal's office. It was really funny, but they weren't like human dicks. He was drawing like dog porn comics that were hilarious. But like, just think about getting that phone call as like that parent, like, can you, like that'd be a hard conversation to have with somebody.
I think I'd rather get a phone call saying my kid just fucking murdered somebody in class.
I would laugh so hard.
Do you rub their face in it? I mean, what do you do? I wouldn't even know how to punish that.
I would have been like, do you see that? That's talent.
Hey, did anybody watch that Netflix show about the fucking the spray painted, dick pics? Like that were all over in the high school or whatever it was. It was fucking hilarious. You guys haven't seen this? Oh, I'm gonna have to go ask my wife what the fucking show was. Dude, that show was hilarious. And then they had a second one because it was based on like the how to fucking catch a murderer or some shit like that, So it was based on that, but it was like a big fucking spoof. And it was about a fucking kid who spray painted a dick. It was fucking hilarious, man. But if you have not seen that, I'm gonna go ask my wife what fucking show that was. I'll be right back.
Back in my hometown of Prince George, I don't think it was this winter. I think it was the previous winter. Someone went and started spray painting dicks around all the potholes that were showing up on the road so that the city would fucking go ahead and fix them. Because they get fucking ridiculous and cities don't like to maintain shit. I imagine, I don't know if it's any different down there than up here, but it's fucking just ridiculous. Like fucking people wrecking their fucking cars on some of this shit.
Justice to art right there. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. Let's get shit done. Let's do it.
That's fucking brilliant.
People's faces. And if like the conservative person that might be upset paying all the taxes anyway, if they don't want to see it, then go out there and fix the pothole.
I think you gave me an idea, Caribou.
I'm afraid to tell my husband that because like he's going to the store to buy the paint like right now. I'm serious. He is like, he hates potholes more than anyone I've ever met in my whole entire life. That is brilliant. Oh my God. I can't believe everybody's not doing that.
You notice how Fluffy got hooked on a show that in his description was probably just kid draws dicks all over school. And he's just like, I gotta watch that.
You know what the key word was that set off.
Yeah.
That's what he wrote into the search bar.
That's what he's doing right now. He's doing a Netflix and chill. Back a while, guys.
Yeah, he probably Google typed in like phallic.
I'm back, you fuckers. It was called American Vandal. And yes, it was fucking hilarious. My wife's clutch. Shout out to my wife.
Somebody's got to keep it in order over there.
Oh, and so right. So they did 2 of these American Vandals, right? So the one was about spray painted dicks. And then the other one was about people who had the shits. So it perfectly fits in with anything we've ever talked about in the show. So if you enjoy our show, you need to watch these shows on Netflix. Fucking hilarious. It's dicks and poop.
Okay, so I remember
like
I was I quit drinking for 3 years about 8 years ago. 8-9 years ago ish, right? And this was about a month before Christmas time happened. And years before that, I'd given up drinking coffee, right? You had like coffee, which doesn't get you fucked up, and alcohol, it does give you fucked up due to stomach problems. You got to get rid of one of them, right? Alcohol stays, coffee not. Anyways, I quit drinking a month before Christmas, and I'm like, I don't know if I can get through the holiday season. So I start drinking coffee again, and I've rediscovered the coffee shits that can come with drinking coffee again. And I was taking my dog for a walk on Christmas Day. I'll never forget this. The Dog and Suds in Williams Lake, a restaurant. I'm walking, and all of a sudden it was just like my gut started boiling. I had to stop. I was just like frozen. Oh my God, I can't move. What do I do? What do I do? So I stood there for a couple minutes, and then I started kind of like shuffling back towards the gas station that was open a few blocks down. And it was very quickly became apparent I wasn't gonna fucking make it that far. So I went around back, and I fucking shit all over the back door of Dog and Suds in Williams Lake. So if anybody from there is watching, would be like almost 8-9 years ago. That was me, and I apologize. But I had to wipe my ass with my glove. I had a glove. It was fucking cold that morning, and I had to use my glove to wipe my ass. These were like brand new fucking gloves that I just spent like $25 on. So I was pissed off about it, but I didn't want poop in my undies. So,
dude, use your sock. Come on. Use a sock.
Dude, this is fucking Canada. It's like -25 on fucking Christmas Day, man. I'm not taking my shoes and socks off and standing on the ground like that. I had a glove. Because you can always just do that with your hand, right? And just like hold it like that so that your hand doesn't get cold once your glove's gone. That was how I did that.
So I'm really not sure what the statute of limitations is on this thing. So this is all allegedly, we can assume.
No, I did it. That was me, right here. This guy. I bragged about that because it was like there's a house right up the hill, so there could have been somebody like watching me shit on the back door while they're unwrapping Christmas presents or something like that. And then I went back to Randy and Carrie's, who were like my neighbors. They're fucking awesome people. They're not watching this, but shout out to Randy and Carrie. I fucking love those guys. And I bragged to them about how I just pooped all over the door, and yeah, it was great.
So we can continue this conversation or move on to something else.
We can move on now. I'm done.
I'm good. Going.
Yo, I got some shit to talk about.
Okay.
Is it shit?
You got the floor. You got the floor.
Oh, I love that. He says, I got some shit to talk about, and gets up and leaves. That's about right. That's how he should do that.
That's not even nice. That's just rude, Prophet. Just rude. Leave us hanging.
I'm that close to telling you a really, really shit story. I'm going to find the courage. I'm going to find the no. Prophet's got the floor. I
was only kidding, man. That's all. I just felt like doing that to you.
Have you not heard the stupid shit that's come out of my mouth that are all true stories? It's okay, Rick. You don't have to be ashamed because I'll fucking trounce on that one.
Okay, here we go. I was at a sales meeting in Toronto. I can't remember the hotel that I was at, but on the convention floor, there was this guy who thought it was quite humorous when he's standing beside you to take his hand and flick it on your dick. And fuck, that hurts. If you get hit the wrong way, I mean, it hurts. And I told him, I said, look at man, like, you got to stop fucking doing this because it hurt. Well, he did it again. So here's what I did. I went to the hotel desk and got his key. I said, I lost my key, and they fucking bought it. And then I went to his room, opened up his shower, and shit in his bathtub. And then I got up, closed the curtain, and I left. And I guess the smell, like after a while, the smell goes away. I swear to God, he came back to his hotel room, went into the bathroom, got undressed, and stepped into the fucking shower and stepped right in it. I couldn't have planned it any better. I mean, it was just like unbelievable. Like, I thought, like he's gonna open the, he's gonna walk in and smell something, and then open the curtain and go, "Oh fuck!" But no, he stepped in it.
I hope he got it between his toes.
Right. That's pretty epic, man. But I'll tell you what, if I would have actually snuck into his room, I would have waited for him to show up and been like, "Now you're finishing the job."
No shit. Yeah. Here,
You touched it. You touched it. Sorry.
And the best part is, after he stepped on it, that re-released the smell too. So
oh
if it was
yeah,
a nasty one, yes,
absolutely. Oh yeah, no, it was. I couldn't have planned it any better, man.
I thought you were gonna like tell him that you did like a fucking upper decker or something and like fucked up the toilet or something. That was gonna be great. I was totally hoping for an Uncle Rick upper decker, but shitting in the shower is so much better.
Well, to be honest, until you said you stepped it or that he stepped in it, I thought it was going to be anticlimactic. So I was like, well, all you have to do is turn the shower on and it'll eventually take care of itself. I was like, if you would have shit on the floor, he would have had to deal with it, but he stepped in it. Like I said, between the toes, man, that would be like the gnarliest shit ever. Literally.
I cannot even begin to tell you how much fucking trauma I would have if I stepped in my shower and stepped in shit. I ain't kidding. I mean, that might fucking cause me a psychological break.
You must never had a drinking problem then.
Right.
I felt such a...
I want to know the consistency. Was it like a nice dog coiled turd that you set up here? Like fucking, was it a slip and slide when he got into there?
Boiler?
Yeah, I can't recall, but it was just perfect. It couldn't have been. Yeah, it was perfect. He ended up sending me a frozen fish that melted during transit, and by the time it got to my door, I just said to the postman, like, put it over there, and so that was his pathetic way to get back at me.
That's what happened when I ordered worms. They shipped me worms, and they shipped them on the only opening they had for air. And they sat downstairs in the office for like 3 days for the weekend. And so when they opened the door, I was like, "Yay, my worms are here." It smelled so far. I was like, "Oh, I got
this was fucking great." I was talking to him, and he walks up to the mailbox. Now I've seen where he gets his mail from. This is not like something that you would ever notice anything from. Walks up to the mailbox and goes, "Oh, something doesn't smell right over here." He goes, "What the fuck?" And then gets it and opens it up, and you just hear him going,
so bad.
It was so awesome.
So bad.
I'm so glad I got to hear it live. It was so good.
Fluff's been on the phone for some pretty traumatic experiences for me. That was a good one.
So yeah, it was. So wait, yeah, Uncle Rick, how did you know that he knew he stepped in it?
Well, yeah, I read that, and because he told me, but then he could have been lying. I mean, no, he was fucking mad. He wanted to get to the bottom of it. Like he was.
Did he know it was you?
He had the hotel. No. Ultimately, but at first I thought, fuck, I better lie low here, and then eventually I told him, and so I stayed under the radar that time.
You know, another good trick is if you take a shit on somebody's windshield and hit the windshield wipers. That works good.
Jesus. Fuck, that just tops whatever I was gonna fucking bring up.
What did you use to wipe? Did you just use some like toilet paper? It'd been great if you grabbed like a pair of his socks or whatever.
No, nothing that creative. No.
Wipe and run.
I would have stuck the toilet paper to the wall, like stuck away.
Oh. Okay.
I bet that motherfucker wakes up in a cold sweat still to this day, fucking having dreams about stepping in dead. Traumatic.
Oh
fuck, I might have problems now just thinking about it. It might happen to me.
But he doesn't even have a
just
dog.
fucked my whole world up.
He doesn't have pets for that reason.
Okay, so this one absolutely doesn't top that one. But I had another stinky situation. I used to work on a ferry, and we would go on board the ship for like 2 weeks, and then we'd be off for 2 weeks. So I used to get a ride with Buddy from a certain point. It was another couple of hours to the ferry. And
Rick, I don't think you can call him that anymore.
so anyway, on the so we were coming. Oh, and he drove a Volvo, and we're going back into the '60s. And in those days, people that drove Volvos, they would wave to each other as they're passing. Like it's a kind of a clique or a family, and if you owned a Volvo, it was quite a status. I don't know.
Sort of like how cyclists do, how they'll do the down low for getting 2 fingers out, except for Volvo. So it's like extra Poindexter nerdy shit.
Exactly. And this guy was a fanatic about his Volvo. But so anyway, he used to ride me back and forth. So like I said, we'd work for 2 weeks and then we're off for 2 weeks. So on the way down, we stopped along the coast and picked up some seafood. And I had bought a big Dungeness crab, and I had accidentally slipped it under his seat in the passenger seat. And it sat there until he could smell it, and finally found it, because it was another 2 weeks before I was going to see him again. And of course, he thought I did it on purpose, and we weren't cool after that. But it was an accident, man.
We used to do that shit on purpose, man. We go fishing fucking, in August, and then go fucking stick a fish under somebody's, car seat, let that thing just sit there and cook. Oh, we were such dickheads back in the day.
Try and get it near the air intake in the engine compartment for the cabin air. That was always where we try and get it. So it's not actually in there. It takes a little bit to get there, but yeah.
Oh, if you could hide it under the dash, like by the intake, from the recirc, so that, or like in the engine compartment, like in the actual intake, like, so you pop that little fucking screen up and put it, so that way every time they turn the fucking air on, it just stinks like holy hell. Like,
I'm pretty sure that's like an act of terrorism.
But in a good way.
Yes.
Kind of actually, that just made me think of when Rick was, I think it was Rick earlier, talking about someone with the vaporizer built into the car and shit like that. Back in the high school days when we were drinking, buddy Bryson, the windshield wiper pump, he figured out how to redirect that into his fucking one of the heater vents of his car and serve up Ryan Coke through that. It was fucking hilarious. It wasn't too long. Like, it only lasted a couple weeks before it stopped working. But for a good couple of weeks, man, Bryson was the shit.
That's actually really funny. So you just like filled the actual compartment for the windshield wiper fluid with fucking alcohol?
Yeah, we filled it up with whiskey. At first, he tried filling it with rye and Coke, but it would fizz up as Coke does, and it wouldn't work. But then if you just put just whiskey in there, it worked. And then you just have your fucking bit of pop in there or add it after into your cup. It's fucking great.
Yeah, I mean, if you had the Coke in there, just driving, you're going to be shaking the shit. It'll be flat by the time you get to your next destination.
Yeah.
Rick,
but it's one of those, when you're 17 years old or whatever, right? It's trial and error. Of course, you had to try and mix the drink first and put it in there. But fuck, it was one of those redneck ingenuity fucking acts of brilliance.
Cops like, why you got all this Coke?
Yeah, meanwhile, there's like a case of whiskey.
I'm just sitting here thinking, though, can you imagine how contaminated that shit had to be? Like, right, you don't think about it as a kid, but as a grown adult now, I'm just thinking about how shitty that fucking had to be. Like, it had to be just dirty and contaminated and fucking all kinds of shit.
Well, dude, you think of the shit you used to do to get high or drunk back in the fucking teenage days. It's like, wow.
I still drink it.
But that's another reason why I'm all for like kids fucking like be open about what you're doing and like the information you're giving them to children, so that they're not going out like teenage kids. If they're gonna go out and drink, they're gonna go out and drink, right? I would rather them do it and around me where I can at least keep an eye on the situation than have them go out and do the fucking stupid shit like we used to do, because you knew if you got caught, you're gonna get the fucking belt across your ass, right?
Blue Kiss, that is funny as shit. Said if you lose your house to your ex and you got those thick ass curtain rods, just fill them with Limburger cheese. Oh, you know how long it would take to find that smell and just how terrible it would be until you did?
That's a brilliant idea, but it just
fucking evil.
That's like putting fish in the behind the sockets. You unscrew the fucking wall socket thing and you just jam some fish in there, and then you screw the sockets back on the plate.
Yeah. So I used to work at a freight warehouse, and I got kicked out of this apartment I was living in because the fucking manager is a cunt. Fuck her. But I grabbed, we used to, in this, among us, everything else we used to get like cases of sardines, not like just a box or two, but like by the case. So I grabbed a couple of cases of these and emptied them out into like a margarine container. This is like January, February-ish up here in Canada. So it's at the freeze thaw type of year or type of temperatures. I left them out there for about a month until I was right about to move out. And then I went downstairs into the dryer and I threw a container of each into each of the dryers they had in the laundry room and turned those on. And I stunk out that whole entire fucking building with rotten fish smell. One of my finer moments. They got the cops involved and everything, but it was like, how the fuck are you going to prove that, right? There's no sign of, like, you know, the containers got turfed down the fucking dumpster a couple blocks away, for fuck's sakes, right? Like, good luck proving shit.
They have your confession on tape.
It's this is a long time ago. I'm pretty sure. Well, and we need to know which building I'm talking about too, because this might have happened in more than one building in Prince George. I only did it once, let's be clear, but I'm sure I bragged about this story many times too, because that was one of my finer moments in life. I knew the manager's granddaughter was like a fairly good friend of mine. So after I moved out, I used to get phone calls and shit like that telling me what an asshole I am because the building stunk for a couple of weeks after that. And they had to go buy new washers or dryers. I mean, not washers. That was great. Isn't being a prick fun? Until karma starts to come back to you, and then you start getting bit in the ass, and then you realize that, geez, maybe I shouldn't have been such a little asshole back in those days. And then you start smartening up, and then once you start doing stupid shit like that, stupid shit happens to you less frequently, I find. So.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works, isn't it?
That's
it's
exactly
funny.
how it works.
Yeah, exactly. If God, the dumb shit and the mean, terrible, or just bad shit. You know, fuck, even at the time, I didn't even think some of the shit I did was mean or bad to anybody else. You know, now I do. Now I'm like, wow, anything that happens to me, I totally deserve it. You know, that's all I can say.
Yeah, karma's fun. It's fun to. Yeah. But man, I'll tell you what, growing up was fun. Yeah, you sure learn to grow up fast in those situations too, you know. Life lessons you find consequences pretty early on when you start doing those kind of things, you know what I mean? So there are good benefits that come to some practical jokes. Cheers.
Hey, you know, sitting here reading chat, and every time this comes up, you know, every time fucking Caribou talks about his shit story, apparently he has a bunch of them. I don't know. He has more shit stories than I feel like one man should have.
Well, do you know the best part is every time I'm done, I'm pretty sure that's all of them I've told at this point in time. And I'll bet you I've got another one a month down the road that'll pop into my mind.
But I sit here and think about it, right? And every time I do, we have this flooding of people in chat who have a very interesting and highly amusing shit story or something that needs to be, you know, maybe expanded on a little bit. I really think one of these Fridays we should have another fucking general shit show. Get some of these people on. Let's tell some real fucked up stories.
That's what Friday is, man.
Well, Caribou, you were looking
I'm trying to put it out there to some of these people because I'm just saying Family Farms looks like he might have a couple shit stories. Fucking Nico said he's got a shit story. Says it's a real good one.
Get on.
He'd sure like to hear him.
No, we've done a special breeding panel and a living soil panel. We're going to do an art panel. And hey, we just got to do a shit panel.
It would not be our show if we didn't have a shit panel, like a legit set up shit panel. Who wants to fucking do a shit panel? Let's do this.
How much you want to bet Westport's in on that one? I have a feeling he's got a couple stories.
You think Westport's got a shit story or two, huh?
Yeah.
You call Westport a shitty person, dude?
No, not at all. Not at all, man. He's top notch. I love that guy.
He may have been in the shit once or twice.
Okay, and if we have to move, to get a full show in, if it can't all be all about shit, then at least boothing. Okay, shit and boothing, one show.
Butt play. We'll just go with that. The butt play show. Fucking, we'll headline it as such. People will be like, "What the fuck are these guys doing now?" And then we'll just talk about butt chugging.
We gotta do it, right?
Plants.
And I want a serious show about fucking bottom watering plants.
Fucking right. Okay, we're on to something.
Hey, we might be on to something. We'll see what kind of traction we get to this. We might make this happen.
I hear if we keep digging, we may strike something. If we get deep enough.
Or you get kicked in the nuts and told to get off.
Okay, but speaking of shows, so like Ricky mentioned, we did the breeders panel and living soil panel. This Wednesday we got the artist panel coming up, August 4th. Crazy Pop Mom, you want to talk about that?
What didn't you say other than it's at 9 p.m. Eastern time? Yeah, no, it's going to be exciting. We're going to have music, live music. That's all I'm telling you guys. But you just got to show up. Yeah, I'm keeping a lot of it secret because I don't want to give anything away because it's all just so neat. And you're on mute, Caribou.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say before you said you were gonna keep a secret. I was gonna say why don't you let us know some who's gonna be there? But if it's secret, top secret. That's the way it is.
There's live music. That's all I'm telling anybody, and that's the first time I've mentioned that. So.
Is there snacks?
Right, fair enough.
How about our artists? What artists do you have showing up for this? We know we got DP showing. You're not telling anybody. Oh, come on.
I'm not telling anybody nothing.
You know what? Fucking, I'm boycotting the show just for that reason.
Okay.
Thumbs down.
I dare ya.
I'm just gonna go into thumbs down and
I'm definitely thumbs down in that shit.
You'll be the only one not in the chat room, Fluff. Sorry about your luck.
Give us a hint. Is Stony gonna be there?
Maybe. Is that a hint?
Okay. Yeah, that's a hint.
Okay.
Is it bigger than a bread basket?
Our favorite friend that does music. Maybe he would be there. That would probably be a good thing to do, wouldn't it? Being as we're all cheering for him on Fridays usually anyway. So.
Yep.
You'll just have to be there and see. Because not everybody knows who I know. Maybe I know a whole bunch of people that aren't on the show. Who the hell knows, right? I might be that popular by now.
I like to feel like that too, but I know it's not true.
And you might be, but I'm with Prophet. It's mostly people from this panel. That's why she's just like, it's you guys. It's you.
I did give that away at the very beginning because I said, like, for the most part right now, it's the panel.
Hey, you got the same problem we got. We don't have friends. We just have this panel.
Right. And you'll see that probably on Wednesday. It'll be proof.
Yeah. Every time we do one of these special shows, it's like the panel plus two other people.
No, we all got a lot of skills on the panel. So that's thrilling. And who thinks they don't have skills is super excited to be in the chat room. So, even if you're not on the panel, you're excited to be in the chat room. So I'm thrilled that everybody's happy no matter where they are in the thing. Because when I'm in the chat room on a Sunday, which is why I'm here now, because I just butted in, I'm just going to be here. But when I'm trying to be awake, it's harder to be awake when I'm just in the chat room. But when I'm on live, I'm like, I can't be falling asleep. I can't be like, forgetting to pay attention. So yeah.
And haven't you ever watched our show? Rick falls asleep on us all the time.
And I don't want to be Uncle Rick's twin.
I'm sleeping right now.
I've gone through Tuesday night a couple times.
I fade in and out of every show. So
hey, you know what?
For 5 minutes.
I'm gonna put one spoiler in there for the live art show. DP is going to be tattooing eyeballs on
You
Rick,
weren't
so
supposed
that
to
we
say
always.
anything. That
No,
was the
he's
best
doing
thing
it on.
about it.
He's doing it on Rick
Shithead.
though. He's doing his fucking eyebrows, so he always looks fuck. Jesus
By the
Christ,
way,
woman.
That'd be
Listen,
awesome,
Don't
man.
be this
He
nice
needs them.
woman, me. What part of a secret do you fucking not understand? I don't know where you live, but I'm coming to beat your ass.
Whoa.
I got
DP was the
you
best
know what?
thing
Fucking God, I
happening.
can't believe
Hold
I
on.
just heard that.
You know what's really funny? Everybody would have thought that fucking I was just joking about DP doing fucking eyeballs on Rick if you wouldn't have blown up. You'd never known a thing. Now everybody knows he's doing something. You did it to yourself. You got to smack
No,
yourself.
I didn't.
Woman.
You're a jerk. You blew it.
Are you trying to talk logic to a woman? In an
Don't
argument?
be mean to me, you guys.
In an argument?
Don't be mean to me. I don't care if it's
Good night.
Sunday and I'm still sleepy.
You're
Don't be
the
mean.
one who came on our wake and bake. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Right.
because I have to brag about the show that you just like blew up on me. You
No,
better
you
be
came
there,
out here and
you
blew up
better
on him,
be
man.
there now. You have no choice, Fluff, but to be there. You can't boycott it.
All right, I'll show.
All right. See, now y'all have to come because Fluffy's gonna be there.
No,
I don't do what he does.
What was that, Caribou?
I said, no, we're going to hang Fluff out to dry on this one. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna delete him and block him and do all the neat stuff to him in the chat room.
No, we're just going to leave him out like that.
Yeah, we're just not going to back him up.
I'll tell you what, I'm super excited about this show, but I do got to run. I got a couple things I got to take care of today. So thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. And I love everyone. Everybody have a great day. And I'm going to see y'all later.
All right, DP. Love you, brother.
Later, DP.
Later,
Fuck, I thought he'd never leave.
Rick,
So it's 9
system?
p.m. Eastern time. What is it for the other times for everybody else?
6 o'clock for us on the West Coast.
7 o'clock Central.
Thank you.
Rick, how are all the growing pains going with the new system?
How are things going with the new system? I'm a little bit nervous. I did a major leaf strip at day 21, and I mean major. It's day 25 now, and it's not that I'm seeing anything negative. Maybe I'm just looking for trouble. But I'm having trouble balancing my mixtures of nutrients, and I'll figure it out. It's a bit of a challenge. I think I'm going to end up getting I need a bigger RO system.
You need a bigger RO. Why is stuff just falling out of solution? Like, is it just new nutrients that you're using that's messing with you, or what's happening? Like, is your reservoir not staying stable?
All of the above. Yeah, I'm using a new powdered nutrients. I'm using twice as much water, and I'm having trouble with pH, things that I'm not used to. I'm just not used to. My problem is I'm using about 60% well water and 40% RO. I need more RO.
Is this all the same way you normally do it? Do you normally use the well water and the RO?
No. Normally my RO system will produce enough for my, for like 25 gallons. It'll produce in a day. Now I'm using over 50. So,
are you seeing faster growth rates and everything? Like, is it the plants using the water, or are you just wasting twice as much water as you're used to?
well, I don't know if it's wasting it. I do a drain to waste system, but really I'm not getting as much waste as I should.
Well, you're top watering these off those collars, right?
Yeah.
Sprayers, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
4 times a day, 12 and a half gallons every time.
Do you think you could knock down the amount that it's wetting, or I mean, is it feel like it's saturating the pot properly? Like, are you just now at this point getting the amount of runoff? Because I feel like if you did this same time kind of drain to waste before and you weren't getting all the extra, you're saying you're using more water. Are you just overdoing it now? Or are you just running off too much?
I don't think I'm running off enough. What I'm saying is that water's got to go somewhere, and there's not that much going down the drain. I've got a bigger dehumidifier, and I measure the water that is dehumidified, and it doesn't. It doesn't all add up. I mean, that water's got to go somewhere, but a lot of it is transpiration. Obviously,
so you're getting a lot of extra through your dehu's working harder now.
Oh yeah.
Are you running fabric pots? I don't remember.
Well, it's a combination. It's called an air pot, or it looks like an air pot. It's not those dimply ones. There is slots down the column of the pot, and the roots are allowed to come through and burn off and multiply. This is the first time I ever used them, so I haven't had an opportunity to inspect the roots to see if I'm getting what I want in the cocoa. But yeah, I mean, it's basic, more or less the same size pot. Okay. But I'm using, I would easily say twice the water, maybe more. Instead of watering once a day to run off, which was okay. Now I run 4 times a day and barely get the runoff that I was getting before.
And these are the same style of pots you used with your last grow too, correct? Or is this a new style of pot also?
It's a new style of pot. Yeah. No, I was using fabric pots, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to change, was because I felt that the fabric pots were fantastic for the root development, but they dried out even quicker, a lot quicker.
See, I feel like I definitely have the opposite results. When I use those smart pot type pots, I cannot keep moisture in those pots to save my life. Whereas with a fabric pot, I can keep moisture inside of it. So I've gone far away from those smart pots type systems. But also with me doing living soil, like I kind of rely on the moisture. Like I keep mine moist if mine dries out, I don't like that. So I don't want them to dry out at all. So that's obviously a big problem for me. But I feel like I get more water retention in fabric than I do those air pots. So
that's interesting. Tell me, Fluff. Oh God, fucking quick, I can forget. No, the soil drying out. It's obviously it's you want to avoid it because it kills microbes and roots. But it kills.
What does? I'm sorry.
The pot's drying out, the soil drying out.
Yeah, you kill microbes, but they can't move at that point. So a lot of times they just end up going into stasis. You'll kill off a lot of them, but a lot of them will go into stasis. But they can't move around and get the nutrients if it's dry either. So they rely on the moisture to move around.
And what about the roots? Does it affect? Would it kill them?
No, well, I mean, roots are always gonna look for moisture and all that the root does, the food and everything. So it's gonna do its job. Eventually, it'll dry it out, yes, but they can. Roots are very adaptive. Some of them will stay in drier climates to stay there and be catch food and everything, whereas some of them will travel down to specifically the water table to grab water and suck it up. And so roots have their own functions, and they will shoot out the root that it needs for the condition it's in.
Yeah, yeah.
At least from my understanding.
I would let my medium dry out a bit just to encourage the roots to spread out. Because if they always have access to water, it's a little bit of a slower spread out. So I used to let my medium get a little bit dry just to kind of increase the spreading of my roots, because that's what they do. They search.
Yeah.
So if they always getting water in that one spot, they're really not going to move around too much. But if you pull the water away, they're going to move looking for it.
Yeah, and actually, before this goes away, in chat, A Nova was saying that you shouldn't mix your RO with your well water, because you really invite some serious bacterial problems.
Are you still dumping your dehumidifier water in there too? I remember you were saying you were doing that.
Yeah, no, I'm not, but I'm also my well water is actually, it's a community well water, which is run by the district, and they put chlorine in my water. So I guess, I mean, it's a good news, bad news.
So it's not it's not a well. You're not coming out of a well. You're using city.
It is a well. Yeah, it is a well, but a big motherfucking well. And they got a big reservoir at the top of the mountain. So they pump it up into there, and then gravity brings it down to the community here.
It's a treated well.
Okay, but it's treated. You still run through a treatment plant.
It runs through a treatment, and so I have to do my best to remove the chlorine, which is pain in the ass. But the good news is it's the icky stuff hopefully is killed.
Yeah, that's good, because I didn't think about it until they said it, but yeah, that really invites problems. When using RO, you can really cause yourself a lot of problems when you mix it with different stuff, because since RO is supposed to be void of everything, that water wants to grab onto everything, and it does a great job of it. So yeah, so when you have problems like that, and then you start, fluctuating the pH, and it creates an easy ground for bacteria to just run wild. And so that's why you got to be careful with that, with running RO and stuff like that.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. That's and another challenge is like my RO is anywhere from 400 to 500 out of my tap, like. So that's another I've got to get that RO down. So I think I'm just going to need a bigger machine. Obviously, my machine won't produce enough for me.
You're 400 to 500. You're getting 400 to 500 ppm out of your RO system.
No. My tap, before the RO. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he meant the tap. That's why I didn't say anything.
Yeah, no, that would take the fun out of it. Yeah.
I was like, fuck, bro, you need a new RO system because yours isn't working.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, Jesus. When I've done a couple of renos in this house, and when I did the bathroom, I didn't really think about the calcium in our water, and spent a shitload of money on my tap alone. And probably, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, the kitchen tap, $350. The water came out like a waterfall, and it came into the thing, and you had this little handle to, $350. Well, the calcium just chewed the shit out of it. Now I have a 1999 set of stuff in there. It's supposed to be in the kitchen. It just goes there because I'll just replace it every whenever I feel like, but $350 I spent on this.
Yeah, I need to find it. I was talking with a guy because I have really hard water here too. Same problem. Like, I don't have any expensive fixtures because everything just gets calcium clogged. It's fucking terrible. And he was telling me where he lives, he put it, he inlined on his plumbing system an RV filter that's made to filter out hard water. It's like, and you can buy whatever it uses to chemically do it inside that thing. But you can just buy replacements and stuff. And so, for not having a huge household, it's just me, my wife, and my son, we don't have a lot of water needs. I could use that to actually kill the hard water in my home. And I'm very curious about that. But a lot of times when you mess with the hard water and you change what it is, you know, the usable calcium that you can use, you know, the calcium bicarbonate that comes out of your water that you can use, if you change it, you actually kind of fuck shit up. So then I don't know if you can give it to the plants, you know, at that point, because I read something about it once. I'm not going to talk about, I guess, but there's some research that needs to be done with that when you use those things that, you know, like a water softener, but not a salt softener. But when you use those, how it changes the calcium to usable and not. So,
yeah.
Anyway, just thinking about that was kind of a neat thing that, you know, I'd like to put some nice fixtures in the house and make it look all nice and stuff, but everything just gets, like you said, calcium ruined, and it's such a piss off.
Yeah.
But hell, when my water went down to 300 to 400, I was excited. Like, finally, our water quality is decent. There was a point when you could meter it out of my tap, and it was around 700 to 800.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, that's just not usable for anything. You know, that's why I RO, because my water was just so completely shit that I didn't trust to put it on anything.
Yeah, I RO all my drinking water. Yeah. Just shower in that shit.
So it makes me like the last place I was living there. We had great well water. It makes you really take shit like that for granted when you move on to other places. Now I'm living on city water, and you smell the chlorine as soon as you turn the tap on and shit like that. It's fucking sucks. I've also lived in other places like the one hillside in Williams Lake where the water is just so like tastes like a mouthful of pennies in your mouth. Like it's so hard, iron. High concentration of iron in it. And I remember the first time I found that out, I was went there to hook up with this chick that ended up becoming a girlfriend for like almost 3 years, but doing a long distance relationship for the first bit. I go to her place and we get drunk, tie one on, and then the next morning all dehydrated and hungover as shit. I got to do the old head under the faucet and did that and chugged back, you know, good, probably about as much water as Fluff could fit in that cup right there. And chug that back, and then the taste hits you, and you're just like, oh my God, what the fuck? And she's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. It's like, oh fuck me.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than going to like back in the day, you know, when I was going to people's houses and shit, you know, you'd go get a drink of water and they didn't tell you they're on a well or something, and your shit comes out smelling like fucking sulfur, but you didn't notice because you just took a big old drink of it. Oh, it's fucking terrible. Yeah, fucking well water.
I was just gonna mention that sulfur.
It all depends on where you're located, though, because like I said, the last place I was at, it's some of the best water you're gonna find, but you don't have to go very far before that changes entirely, right?
Yeah, and it depends on what kind of well you got. You know, if you got like a nice fucking spring-fed well or something like that, you know, it's totally different. You know, it's all about the well that you get. But yeah, if you just get some like ground bubble wells, like a lot of times you get some real nasty shit in that water.
Yeah, we got one town infamous for the chlorine in their water. Like when you're done taking a shower, it smells like a public pool in your bathroom. Like it's that hardcore.
And on the bright side, you don't really need to disinfect at that point. It's already taken care of.
The coffee is pretty rough.
Hey man, we're all pot growers. We know, man. All right, go bubble yourself a fucking gallon of water for your coffee. It'll be all right. Bubble that shit out.
I had to do that to be able to make my tea that I got going on. I got home at like about 9 o'clock Friday morning and went and I got one of those 5-gallon water jugs, right? You get, and just filled it up at the fucking up in the tub upstairs, fill that up, throw it out on the deck with the bubbler going, get that going on. Yesterday morning, threw some bacteria and other stuff in there to get the microbe life going. And here, and probably as soon as the Blue Jays game's done over, I'll probably go and feed that to the plants I got upstairs in the tent.
Hey, I was just looking at something, and I don't think he mentioned it before he rolled out of chat, but it sounds like DP is going to be on Eagle Gardens tonight.
Oh, really?
Oh, cool.
That's what it sounded. It looks like he put in a Discord saying that, if I'm reading that correctly. So yeah, man, fucking hey, our homie DP's on Eagle tonight, man. Go check out Talking Shit with Eagle tonight. Say what's up, fucking
Cool.
DP.
Wait, do
I
we
wonder
know
why
what
he
time
didn't say
goes on
anything.
tonight? What time that is?
I don't know if he's in chat, and I do not remember what time that show was on tonight. So
All right. Well, fuck. Damn. Somebody in chat has to know what time Eagle goes live. It seems like almost every time I turn my computer on, it's either.
EP saying not tonight.
Okay.
yeah, he just said not tonight.
One night soon.
One night soon. Okay.
Well, that's cool. You figure he would at least announce it before he
Well,
bounced.
that's what I was asking. Why didn't he say anything?
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have to rustle up the pot.
Because it's not tonight. That's why I'm fucking that up. See.
But you know what we can do tonight? We can all show up and watch the Michigan Bros Row Show tonight.
Yeah, we should do that. Go
6
fucking
o'clock
show some sport for our homies.
or 9 Central or 9 Eastern. Is it 9 your time, Prophet?
That's the 9 o'clock one, right? We're not talking about the late one.
Right. Okay. So 6 p.m. our Pacific. Pretty much covers it. No. Fluff, you would be 8 p.m. or are you 9? 8? Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, we're Central.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. On that note, boys and girls, love ya. Start my day.
Okay, apparently, Fluff, you're a dick for making him drop everything to come run and answer you.
Yeah, well, yeah, you'll have that. I've been told that more than just once today already. So
It's okay. Yeah, to me, it was well worth it. Just the fact that DP finally got his heart rate up and got some exercise in there. That's probably the fastest he's moved all week.
I don't know. He was talking about skitching the other day, so I think he got his heart rate up doing that the other day. That made me real proud of him. He's fucking hitching rides on his fucking board from cars the other day.
Nice.
Used to play that game for was it Nintendo or whatever? It might have been Sega. But yeah, you guys remember that sketching? It was actually a video game. You were on rollerblades though.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go watch Blue Jays pregame show. I got Blue Jays on my mind, folks. It's like I said, it's most of y'all might you take your sports maybe seriously, maybe you don't care at all. But like up here in Canada, we got one baseball team for our entire country, and Friday night was the first time they've played a game in this country in almost 2 years. So as someone who absolutely is fanatical about his Blue Jays, I'm taking the day and giving it to them. I love all you guys. Thanks for hanging out. It was a great show today, I thought. I think the idea of an actual shit show where we get people on and just not even just shit stories, because you might, maybe there's, you might after an hour, you might run out of stories there. But like whatever fucked up stories people want to come on and talk about, let's just make a night out of it and have some fun. So hit us up in the DMs, Instagram or Cannabuzz, and let us know if you're actually interested in participating. It's all that. I think it could be just a laugh riot. Absolutely. Crazy Pop Mom, thank you for putting this artist panel together. We got going on the 4th. Everybody, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. or 9 a.m. That makes it 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Eastern. And if you're in any other time zones, I'm not even going to try because I'll just get tongue twisted and fuck it up.
I made everybody say it earlier, so hopefully they were listening. If not, rewind.
Yeah, see, I like that. But yeah, it's going to be a great time. It sounds like there's going to be plenty of surprises in store on that night. It's going to be great.
I'm super excited.
Everyone in chat, I apologize. I kind of ignored you for most of the show, but I'm not allowed to smoke in the house here, so I had to go sit in the car, and I can't do the computer or the YouTube on the phone and the Zooming at the same time. But you guys are all awesome. I love y'all. We'll give a special shout out to Hurt, and I still haven't talked to him much lately, so he's probably got like a wicked case of the runs or something like that, bleeding from the anus, and he can't join us because pressing conditions. I love all you guys. Oh, we got Smiley's Garden joining us Tuesday night for our Tuesday show. So that's going to be one hell of a show. You're not going to want to miss that. And yeah, maybe I'll actually get off my ass and I'll dredge us up a guest for next Sunday. So we get back to the full-time guest.
I was the guest.
We could do that, but you're part crew too. So, right. So
just thought it'd help you out.
well, I appreciate that. I just did, but to be honest, like I was just.
That's okay. I'd rather be part of the crew than just the guest. So I'm good with that.
Yeah. And so we'll get someone on here and just get back to some good old fashioned cannabis discussion. It's going to be great.
Then, Smiley will be fun to talk to.
Yeah, Smiley's gonna be great. I tried getting him on for last Tuesday, but he just, life happens and you can't always make it the first time around. And then
I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad he didn't make it last Tuesday because I wasn't able to make it. I want to talk to him. So
okay, well, see then it all works out. And then the other benefit to him not making it last Tuesday was we've been trying like with Westport, when he came on first time, my DMs blew up and we knew we wanted to get him back on in a bit of a reoccurring role. And so I was like, fucking, okay, let's see if we can get Chad on. And it was like, yeah, fucking Chad's always game. Love that. So great hanging out with you again, brother. Sorry I missed you on Friday. That seems to be the way it is sometimes. But I'm going to shut up and quit rambling now. Everybody have
go watch the game.
Well, it's pre-show right now, but
it's still the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah, everybody, you have a great rest of your weekend. We'll get the hell out of here and see you Tuesday.
Cheers, everybody. Have a great day.
Later, guys.
Bro show. They go on at 6:00 p.m. tonight, I believe, or that's their usual go time. And let's all show up for the bros. All right, guys. Have a great